Hello, and welcome to the Party Dungeon. This is Dungeon Party. As always, I'm your DM, Blake Peebles, and here's your cast. How's it going, everybody?
Wow.
Oh, no. I hit the wrong button. All right, now how's it going, everybody? No, I changed the playlist and muted you guys.
Hey, bye.
Hit the
See
Fresh
ya.
Sands button.
I hit the Fresh Sands button, yeah.
Don't hit that button.
But yeah, we're here, we're hanging. We're gonna play some D&D for y'all. How's everybody in
We're
chat
just hanging
doing?
out.
Pretty good? Hope so. Nice.
Excuse me.
As far as announcements are concerned, I don't know. Happy New Year. This is our first session of the new year. Exciting, I suppose. Our tentative start date, I can't announce this. Our tentative start date for the Iron Horizons campaign, our Lancer campaign, is the 12th. Tuesday, the 12th.
Blake, it's called Log Horizon.
I forgot. Yeah, we're actually
the third season's coming out.
the third season is coming out actually, and we're gonna play the Log Horizon tabletop RPG. That's actually, we've been lying to you about Lancer this whole time.
Lying to Phoenix too.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Sorry.
Phoenix thought it was. He's gonna have to learn
thinks he's
really
DMing.
quick. No, he's still DMing. We're just not
okay,
telling
cool,
him the
cool.
system until we get to it.
That would be funny.
That would, for everybody but Phoenix. But so yeah,
No, he would love it. He will love it.
he will love it.
He will.
You are muted, I do believe, Phoenix.
No, let's just keep it that way.
Okay. But anyway, come join me, Winfield, Michael, Phoenix, and Phoenix's friend Richard to play Lancer on not next Tuesday. Is it the following Tuesday?
We're not like good friends.
Just like they're kind of friends. They're like acquaintances at best. No.
Yeah, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday.
We're gonna be playing that. And
Please
that means
only refer to him as Phoenix's friend Richard.
Phoenix's friend Richard. Yeah, that's
Phoenix
it.
is almost friend. Richard.
Phoenix's dick.
Wait, I thought it was
Hey!
his dad.
No!
Phoenix's
What,
dad.
is that not
That'd be
correct?
so funny. That'd be so funny if it was the three of us and Phoenix's dad playing Lancer.
Did I misunderstand the conversation last
That
time?
would be weird.
Is it not Phoenix's
don't-
dad?
No, Phoenix's friend and Chelsea's dad share a profession-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Chelsea's dad will be joining the Lancer.
Ish.
I hope
They
so.
have the exact same
I
job.
didn't know what his like job
They're
title
the exact
was
same person.
because I don't know what those are all called. I was raised without religion, so
Magi.
Magi, of course.
Yeah.
Druid.
Yeah, they're cardinals.
And yeah, get hyped because Elliot is designing our character portraits for that as well. So get hyped about that. I've seen a sneak peek of my character, and I'm very excited to meet her. Oops, I said something that you don't get to know yet. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be a blast. And yeah, that's my only announcement, really. Does anybody else have anything they want to say? You never do. You never do.
I have announcements sometimes.
You do, Michael. I guess our apartment is holding up the announcement side of this whole thing.
We're not here to
that
say things,
hurts.
Blake. We're here to blast balls.
That is true, because we are starting today off with some Blastball. But before we get to that,
Does Phoenix's dick blast balls?
I don't know about this.
Not even
I don't know about this anymore.
Less. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it.
I'm just trying to
Less
find
lit-
lewd words to string
less-
together.
Less gum flapping, more
All-
bum slapping.
All blast. All right. We'll do a little bit of recap before we get into the bum slapping, I suppose. Wherein what happened last week is announced, because that's what recap is. Anyway, so the crew started off last time after exploring a series of tunnels under their university's the wrong word, under their campus.
University.
Yeah, they went through some strange puzzles and did a bunch of things, and eventually they found their friend Elias, the ice stag boy, locked in a cage on one of the floors. With the help of the groundskeeper, a drow named Kerfley, they made their way out of there with Elias and brought them back to their house, where they promptly told Sheena, Captain Sheena of their guards, about the situation. Elias was hesitant to meet up with Captain Sheena because he claims to have been tricked into coming here before and almost killed by Pell and Mel, the Helter Skelter siblings. But one thing led to another, and Sheena and Elias worked out a deal where Elias will now be living in a location only she and Johnson, their other friend who is a guard, know about.
You mean our Blastball coach?
Who is also your Blastball coach, that is true. And Sheena has decided to keep this a secret from her higher-ups for now, until she or you can figure out more information on what is going on here at the Bright Futures program. Where we left off exactly was the next day after your politics class, meeting up with Colrell and them asking you some questions, giving you some homework. You went off to your tactics class, which has been replaced with a Blastball training session because you have been... Well, you didn't really challenge the Blazing Bullets of nearby Felfrit College, but you have been promised into a challenge against them, which isn't just a friendly challenge. There are things on the line. If you guys lose, you have to serve the team captain, who you guys don't like very much, as his servants for a time that I will remember when I look at the VOD. And if he loses, he has to legally change his name to Egg Boy.
Guys, we cannot lose.
So, we left off with Coach William Johnson teaching them the ins and outs of Blastball. He has also gathered a group of guards who were going to face off against them in their first ever attempt at playing Blastball. So, yeah, that's where we left off. So yeah, Johnson he's explained to you the rules of Blastball. You should have the document on, right? I sent you that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you should have the rules. For the audience, in short, Blastball is a game in which you ferry many balls across a field and try not to let them hit the ground, while another team does the same in the opposite direction. Yeah, and it's full contact. Oh, that was some cards.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, Johnson has left you to ready your preparations for the Blastball competition, and it can begin whenever y'all are ready. If you want to talk strategy real quick, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to just jump straight fucking into it. I'm Just Turn is your name on Map Tool today. Cool.
I wanted it to be nice and clear.
Good. And it is. Yeah, so, I mean, up to you guys. Whatever you want to start with.
I say...
You can ask Johnson some questions, too, if you'd like. It's up to you.
I mean, I think experience is the best teacher, so I just jump in.
What?
That Turn's new voice.
Turn, are you okay?
I'm tired. Yeah.
It just seems like your personality totally flipped.
All right.
Oh, okay.
His turn before his coffee.
Sorry, I was zoning out there
Oh,
a
I
little
want
bit.
coffee.
I'm ready to dive right on in. I'm ready to
Already
grab life by the ball blasting handles of life to make it happen.
Horrible.
Yeah, Tether?
Does it have to be, do you have to have 5? Or do you think it would be more advantageous if there's one person off to the side who yells encouragements, and I could even, or someone, not just, it doesn't have to be me, can learn like a dance or something?
Sorry, Tether, it's a 5-person sport, says Johnson.
Tether wants to be cheerleader.
And if we find someone like off the side of the road, or maybe a teacher, or maybe someone else.
Listen, Tether, I'm sure you'll do great. I believe in you, Tether.
Good.
Believe in yourself a little bit, kid.
Tether, you've got some awesome magical abilities, and we can use that.
Tether leans over to Una. I don't like to run.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but I don't think you actually have to be able to run. You could be our defense. She says, using the one athletic term she's ever heard in her life.
But I've never made a fence before.
No. Like,
Not
you're
defense.
going.
Defense, Heather.
You're going to defend.
You keep saying the fence.
No. Defense.
You're.
Not defense.
You say it twice. Does saying the same word twice make a different meaning?
No.
Say it one more time.
Alright. Defense.
The fence.
Defense.
What about it?
Tether,
He's-
no. Defense. DE.
Like a
Not
picket one?
No.
Do you
Clear
need
this up. Let me
stone?
clear this up.
12
Heather.
hours later.
Heather, you aren't building the fence, you are the fence, and your job is to not let the blast balls on our side of the field.
Yeah.
Just picture yourself as a fence, but a magical fence that can blast some balls.
Okay. Do we have the field up? Oh,
Yeah, it should be on the map tool.
I'm gonna run right here and stop moving
And
like this.
stay there.
T-pose. She must have seen Boy's Room.
She knows the rituals.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Johnson's gonna call out. Well, you do all have to start from behind the starting line, unfortunately. But good job, Tether. Good start.
So I have to go back?
Yeah, just a couple
Okay.
steps back, Tether.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can position yourself wherever you want. And Johnson's gonna come over to you, and he's going to have one of these magical balls in his hand. And he's going to say, so, the only real official position in Blastball is the starter. The one who starts the game with the ball. Other than that, all the positions are sort of team-based, so it's up to you. The starter doesn't have to start every single ball, they just have to start the first ball. So who would like to be the starter?
What do they start doing right away? Do they like sprint
Well-
into the fray with it?
No, it's got to be in the air, you see. So usually throw it.
Can you?
Yeet.
But you. I'll start.
Oh.
Very well. I'm realizing a part of this game that I didn't think about. That there's no rules about holding the ball, but there should be.
So we could do my up the butt strategy?
I think not. I think I forgot to say, and they were in the rules the whole time, that you're not allowed to hold the ball. Like,
So I'm not allowed to cast Reduce on the ball and shove it up my butt? and then
unfortunately, probably not on that one, no.
run? Is it
Alright,
because you
what?
don't want to hear me describe it?
No, it's because I don't want people just running down the field with balls in their hands. Because,
Are
like,
we ball blasting or no? 'Cause I'm confused.
the idea,
okay.
the idea behind the sport was to keep the ball in the air the whole time.
What? Okay. What if instead of casting reduce on the ball, he casts enlarge on himself?
Just still stick it up there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try. There might be a holding penalty though.
That strategy puts the blast in blast ball.
What if, like,
I think
what if it's only
popping
in
the
there?
ball puts the blast in blast ball.
What if it's only in there for like 3 seconds? I cast Reduce, put it up my butt, and then like stand like this, and then end concentration, and it blasts out. Like a cannon.
Well, good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
I
We've
named
been
it.
DPS.
I named the sport on the spot, and it's come back to haunt me so hard. Ugh.
Blake, we give you full permission to just think a little bit harder about your names in the future.
Thank
This
you,
is the
thank
group
you,
who
Chelsea.
found a way to put pooping on the menu. The first.
The first episode was about poop. Yeah. Okay. Well, you could try it. If you wanted to try that strategy, I won't stop you.
Guys, I have a strategy. Huddle up. No.
I mean, nobody wants to touch the poopy ball.
I'm in hell. I'm in a hell of my own creation, huh?
Oh, that's going on a t-shirt.
No, it's not.
New merch. New merch.
No one's gonna touch the poopy ball.
Jesus.
Back hashtag poopy ball.
Oh my god. Oh, it's been 20 minutes. You're right, Peebs. Rename DPS the Poopy Ball Show? PBS. Oh. Uh-oh.
Funded by viewers like you.
All right.
like you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay. I'm done. Let's play the game. Oh man. Okay. Who's ready to play Blastball?
Dude,
I'm ready.
yeah.
I am.
All right. So, turn as the starter. You get to start, obviously. So you start with a blast, with a hit. And actually, we should probably. That means you automatically top initiative. Just gonna throw that out there. And
Can I cast a spell before starting?
Sure.
Tether, grasshopper me.
This is Jenny.
Delicious. I cast jump.
All right. 1 second, and as you're casting jump, can everybody roll initiative for me?
Me included.
Yeah, we'll have you roll included. You get an extra. You get a surprise round, more or less, as does the other guy.
I always, thank God, I always forget I do initiative here
Yeah.
because I rolled a 1.
Oh, I didn't do initiative in there, but I'm gonna take my bad initiative.
What
Oh,
was
I
it?
can take
Just
mine
so I
too.
can-
Let me change it.
No, it's fine. It doesn't matter to me.
It was a 2.
Okay, add to initiative, and your initiative is. Oh God. Set initiative 2, and you can keep yours, Michael. Doesn't matter. You're already at the second to last if you prefer.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you cast jump, and we put on the, I guess, fight music. 6 minutes of drums. The game begins. So, turn. I want you to make your blast ball check, and I will do the same for this guard over here.
That's an athletics, right?
That is.
Or is it an attack
That's
roll?
an athletics result. Yes, athletics check.
Oh no.
I rolled a 22.
22. So you get to roll 1d6, 2d6, and that's the amount of feet by 10. You get to decide to send it in whichever in both directions. So yeah, if that makes any sense at all. Oof. And okay. And this guy doesn't shoot the ball very far. You know what I didn't do? Make ball
What?
tokens.
Make a ball token?
Yeah.
Can you do a drawing that we can move?
No, not in this one. But I do have some tokens that might work as ball tokens.
Okay.
Because I
Wait,
thought,
we can draw?
yeah, you've drawn before.
Yeah.
Can we just not move it once we draw?
Yeah, that's the issue.
My map tools is not having a good time.
It never is for you.
I don't know why it doesn't run on my computer. I see. Oh.
Lost connection to the mainframe.
I like
Okay.
Chelsea watching you.
I just won't draw anything.
I keep forgetting, since his new setup, how much I am in his frame. No.
All right. It's called
Don't pick my
spikes,
nose.
but it's actually not. Oh wait, 1 second. I could do this. This would be great, actually. Sorry, I should have thought about this. I'm so dumb.
No, you're good. I'll vamp.
Silly lad.
Yeah.
I accidentally spilled a bunch of cards, but I think I picked up more cards than there are because they don't fit in the card thing anymore.
Did you just kind of shove them in there, or did you nicely pack them? And
I was
then...
trying to nicely pack them.
Weird. Maybe they've got some like dust and dirt on them from falling, and so
Yeah.
that increased the thickness.
I don't think I multiplied these cards.
Blow on them like an old Nintendo game. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the other guard sends his ball 10 feet up and 10 feet out, and he's going to angle it that way. And where do you send your ball? What'd you roll with your d6s?
Remind me how I rolled a total of.
No, it's not
5.
a total. It's 2 separate dice.
Oh, okay, a 1 and a 4.
So you have 10 feet in one direction, 40 feet in another direction, and you can decide height or distance, and you can send it in any direction you'd like.
Remind me how far it falls every turn.
The blast ball falls 20 feet per round.
20 feet per round. And what is at the end of the round that it falls?
End of the round it falls, yeah.
So I could send it 40 feet forward, but we'd have to make sure we can get to it.
Yeah.
How high is the net?
There's no net.
Oh, it's just the center
These are
line.
lines on the ground, yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it go. I'm gonna send it like 10 feet up and 40 feet in a diagonal up towards Sean D and Septin.
All right.
Like sort of setting it in front of them.
I'm going to give you
out and in front of them.
I'm going to give everyone ownership of this
Okay.
so they can move it on their own. All right. You should be able to move it.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I move it to like, let's see, 5, 15, 20. Can I just not send it the whole way? Can I just send it 30 instead?
You got to send it the distance you
distance.
hit, yeah.
Okay. Don't want it to be too far. Well, we're gonna put it. I think we'll put it right here. 10
Cool.
feet up, right there.
Sweet. 10 feet up, right there. Hagen guard number 1 gets to go first. Hagen guard number 1 is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Come out to here and be ready. Septin, you're up.
So, do I have to go for the balls in play, or can I just bring another ball into play?
You could bring another ball into play right now if you wanted.
The problem is I can't get to the one that's in play. So I think I'm going to bring a new one into play.
All right. I will make a new one for you.
And should I roll while you do that?
It's
To
sorry,
hit?
It's already there. Yeah, you can go ahead and
Okay.
make an athletics check.
Alright.
Somebody has to get to it, because it will hit the ground at the end of this round.
You put it just out of my reach.
You got like a spell? Oh no, that's okay. I got a spell.
Oh, nat 20 plus 5.
Nat 20. There is a different rule for Nat 20, and on the table, I believe you roll
Roll
2d8. And you pick one of the results, multiply that by 10, and that's both height and distance.
Well, 50 feet up, 50 feet forward.
Word.
Wow.
So let's grab it. So what is it 50 feet from? Oh, I can't move it.
From you. You should be able to move it. All players have access to it. Oh, but are you not considered a player?
Blake?
Well, he's not a player. He's a coworker.
There you go. All right, you should be able to move it now.
Alright, so from me, I can...
From you, yeah.
Alright, then I'll just put it here, and then I'll move it. I mean, I guess full 50, even if it hits... Well, it's not going to hit the ground
It's
for
not
a
gonna
while,
hit the
is it?
ground. No.
Alright.
It slowly goes down, so you...
And even if it hit the ground there... even if it hit the ground there, it wouldn't do
Yep.
anything.
You still have movement though, because that's just an action. If you would like to
Oh,
get out on
okay,
the
yeah,
field.
that's true. All right, then I'll get out into the field.
Cool. You dash forward. All right. Hagen guard number 4 is gonna go. He is going to dash here. Hagen guard number 2 is going to. That's not Hagen guard number 2. Hagen guard number 2 is going to 20. 30. Get up there next to that guy. And Una, you're up.
Oh no. Hold on, I was just measuring. I'm assuming my speed is the same.
Your speed is the same as it always is, yeah.
Yeah. Okie dokie. I'm gonna. You okay, Michael?
Yeah, the snowball keeps falling.
I'm gonna. Let me check my. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, saying yeah to Peebs, but out of context.
You guys want to hear something cool?
Yeah.
My with jump cast on me, my running high jump is 15 feet into the air. Like, my feet will be 15 feet, so then I'm another, like, 5.5 feet above that.
That's pretty exciting.
Ding!
That's awesome.
I'm gonna run up and over. Nope. I'm a halfling. Calm down. Whoa. Can't take that extra 5 feet. And I'm gonna try to blast this guy's balls.
All right, you're gonna aim it at
Spikes 2.
Spikes 2. All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
Yeah. It's my regular attack roll.
Yep. If you as long as you're just
assuming.
throwing a dagger at it. Yeah.
Psychic. You know what's really funny?
What?
First, I got these new dice, and the first thing I rolled before the stream was a 20, and I just rolled a 1. But halfling luck, bitches.
Halfling luck. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay, still. Oh wait. Yay. 19.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Damage. 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. The ball does not blast. It does not burst, but it's not looking like it's doing awesome either.
Then I'll bonus throw again.
Cool.
Bonus throw. What is that? That's They're fancy. Hold on. That is either a 6 or a 9.
All right.
Hold on. I can check. That's a 6.
Total?
No. Wait. That's 11.
No.
11 still does not hit. Flies
Okay.
away. Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Bye.
Shandi.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action shift
Nice.
to give myself that sweet 40 feet of movement.
Give yourself that cat-like tread.
Yeah. I've become
Cheetah.
Cats 2020. I've become Kristen Wiig.
Yep.
Yes.
And then I'm going to go. I'll just go right here. And I'm gonna blast this ball.
All right, cool. In order to hit it, you have to be in its square, but don't worry about it right now.
Oh,
you
okay.
have the movement to get there. So.
How high up is this one? Is this the one
10
that's really
feet.
high?
It's 10 feet up. So
Okay.
you're able to hit it.
Cool. And that's just athletics.
An
Right?
athletics check, yeah.
14.
14, cool. So roll 1d4 and 1d2, and those are your distances.
Hold on.
You're good.
I grabbed the wrong dice. There's my d4. Okay, so it's 3 and a 2.
3 and 2. So you have 30 feet one direction, 20 feet the other direction, and you send it wherever you would prefer.
Okay, I'm gonna send it 20 feet up.
Cool. So it's at 30 feet
And then,
then.
yeah, and then I'm gonna send it
All the way over there.
all the way over. I'm gonna send it 30 feet this way.
Cool. Sounds good. Anything else from you? You have a bonus action if you want it.
No, I shifted with my bonus.
Yes,
action,
you did.
so
Then you are out. Okay, so Hagen Guard number 3 is going to run down here and attempt to hit that ball. And will successfully hit that ball. All right.
It's time to hit that ball.
3 and 4.
Blast those balls.
So he's going to send it.
Fucking send it.
15, 30 feet forward and 40 feet up. Yep. And then guard number 1 is going to start another ball. Not there. Let me make sure everybody can touch this ball if needed. Because hitting all players doesn't work for some fucking reason. Why did I roll that?
Blake, is there a way to know whose balls are whose? Or does that really not matter?
It does matter a little bit. It actually incredibly matters, for that matter. I can... Yes, actually, there is a way I can do that.
Wait, why does it matter?
Because you score positive for one of your balls getting across and negative for one of your balls not getting across, and vice versa.
I thought it was just
There you
where
go.
a ball lands.
No, it's whose balls as well. There you go. Your balls,
Ball is it anyway?
your balls are covered in red. You see that?
Yes.
I'll have a real ball for the next time we do this, and I'll have 2 different colored balls. So, your balls are red. Their balls are not. Anyway,
2 different colored balls.
okay.
Bad news.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyway, he is going to launch this fucking ball.
Yeet.
He's got... up here, and it is 20 feet in the air. Oh, wait, no, that's not gonna work. Never mind. Here, and it's 30 feet in the air. That'll be good. All right, Tether, you're up.
Okay, Tether once again. And she's gonna cast Fog Cloud.
Nice.
And she can cast it 120 feet away. And she's gonna cast it. Let me get those drawing tools out.
You got it.
Oval. Hopefully this works. It's a 20-foot radius. That's like a 40-foot diameter.
Yeah, but yeah. I think the drawing tools allow you to start from the middle.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do that again then, because I also forgot to make it transparent. How do you do it from the middle?
It automatically does it from the middle.
No, like when you click where you want it to, do you mean click it where the middle, you want the middle to be?
Yes. And then,
Well, I'm clicking,
then scroll
and then-
outwards.
It's not starting from the middle.
Are you on the pencil tool or are you on the circle tools? Like,
I'm on the circle.
okay. No, okay. So there at the top there's like a pointer, and then there's a pencil, and then there's just like a circle. Which one of those submenus are you in right now?
I'm on the circle, draw an oval.
You want to draw a radius template. Draw an oval is on the drawing tools one. You want to be on the next one over.
Oh, I'm dumb.
No, map tools is difficult.
It's difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't say that about yourself.
Okay. Okay. It's transparent, so you can't see it. Fuck.
Yeah, you want one of the two colors up at the top to be a color.
Okay. 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 I'm gonna make. No. Come on. Why is it being? I'm sorry. Okay, this will work now. As long as it's gonna let me. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, nice, perfect.
So
Cool.
they can't see themselves or their balls on their side.
Can't even see balls. How tall is it? 20 foot
Well, it's
radius,
like-
so it's 20 feet up as well. Cool.
From the center. So if I start it like 20 feet up, it also touches the ground, right? Am I dumb?
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Una watches the ball that she was focusing on just.
Disappear. Yeah.
Hey, if they land.
30 feet. Oh, cool. Sweet. Anything else from you, Tether?
No.
All right.
So wait, are they? Is it? Can you not see 40 feet up or 20 feet up?
40 feet up. Yeah.
40 feet up. Okay.
Yeah. You can balls that can't be seen right now. I will make hidden. Just because that makes sense. I feel like. But anyway, anything else from you?
No.
Cool. Still see that one. And change to hidden word. Okay. Turn. You're up. I think you're muted.
Alright, I'm going to get my bird on. I'm gonna bonus action, use my feature, Gathered Swarm. Just a whole bunch of little songbirds start swarming around me.
See
and I'm
them.
going
You
to-
see them fly from the windows of your house. Gather.
I do that scene in, yeah, what is it, Shrek 3, I think? With
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrek 3.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And then that gives me some extra move speed. And that's a bonus action, so I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 35. And then I'm going to, with my action, cast Mage Hand, which is also the form of 6 birds. And that has to be within 30 feet of me, so I'm going to put it right here.
Let's get you a thing. I'm sure I have
I read
a
that
bird
as
somewhere.
I'm just a turn, and it reminded me of that like old '80s song or something like I'm just a girl. Is that '80s?
That's your mage.
You didn't even make it a bird?
I don't have a bird token saved.
Bird.
Can I have control?
I'm gonna give you control, but I'm gonna make it very small first.
Okay.
It's
I may have
it's
accidentally
diminutive,
called it a
right?
bird.
Widow.
What? What of an eagle?
Yeah.
I just saw it on the side, so I dragged it in.
Oh.
Oh.
I can just
Nice.
add tokens apparently.
Don't do that. Wait, you can do that?
But I was gonna be like, here's the
Oh,
bird. See,
no.
boom, bird. But then
That's not on my computer. I don't know where you got that. That's like a map tool insert. It must be.
yeah, no, it's like one of the default map tool things.
I
There's
don't
a
have
lot of
that.
stuff.
Interesting. Well, yeah, no, that's your hand for now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the Gwen Stefani song, Tommy.
And that's all I can do.
Oh, that wouldn't be '80s then.
Yeah.
That would be like early 2000s probably.
I end my turn.
It'd be late 90s.
All right.
Get ready for the next draw phase.
All right. Cool. All the spikes fall. 20 feet. Oh no. You don't hear any bursts yet. But this ball does disappear from your view into the fog cloud.
Into hell.
Alright, guard number 1 is in a fog cloud, I believe. Yeah. Alright, guard number 1 is in a fog cloud, so he doesn't really know what to do except for try to get back to where the last time he saw a ball was. So he's gonna make a perception check at huge disadvantage because he's fully fucking blind. Or
I just want to hear
heavily
him go,
obscured.
Oh, fuck.
Yep, and he can't find shit. Septin.
Okay. So we can enter the space with a ball. Correct?
You can't be holding onto balls and move with them. But
No. I mean, like where that ball is on my screen.
Yeah.
Like, I can enter that space.
you have to be in order to hit it, in fact.
And if a spell says, say for example, it takes me to an unoccupied space.
It is not occupied, it's technically above.
Okay. So Septin is gonna attempt to. Let's see. I'm gonna run under the ball,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna use Phase Step to teleport 30 feet up to where the ball is,
Okay.
and fucking send it.
Alright, make an athletics check for me.
Ooh, that is a 13.
13 is still a successful hit. You roll 1d2 and 1d4, and those are your dimensions.
4 is... Okay, and my D2 is... A D2 is a 1 or a 2, or is it a 0 and a 1?
D2 is a 1 and a 2.
Okay. Heads is 1, tails is 2. Alright, tails. So that's a 4 on the D4. Wow, I high rolled both those.
4 and
on
a
the
2. So
D4.
you got 40 feet in one direction, 20 feet in another, and it's currently 30 feet in the air.
We're gonna go 40 feet that way.
You can also send it down. You don't have to send it up every single time.
Oh, yeah, then I'm gonna send it 40 feet that way, and we're gonna punch down
Alright,
and
so
send it 20 feet down.
So it's now 10 feet above the ground and deep in enemy territory.
And I'm about to fall 30 feet.
Yes, you are. So go ahead and make. I'm gonna, since you have a bonus action left, I'm gonna give you an acrobatics
no.
check. Oh,
No,
you
face
don't.
step with my
Yeah,
bonus
you're just taking 3d6 then, aren't you?
I'm about to fall.
Oh, there goes my dice off of my desk onto the
It's okay,
ground.
I can survive 3d6.
Yikes!
Turns
Yikes!
Or,
15 points of fucking damage, dog.
Ooh.
Yeah, 2 of those were 6s. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be in immediate danger when this game ends, hopefully.
Well,
The guard just beat the shit out of us.
all right. Guard.
They're gonna fucking kill me.
Guard number 4. Oh, I switched up guard number 0 and guard number 4 last time, but we'll go back to where they were before. But guard number 4 is gonna launch another ball. That's just what it seems like he does. Uh-oh.
That's just what he do.
Well, he drops it. So he throws the ball up to hit it, and he misses it, but he's going to take his granted bonus action to try to make a dexterity save of 14 to hit it again before it touches the ground. He rolls a natural 20. All right. So he gets to make another athletics check, this time at disadvantage. Very good, actually. All right. Alright, so he is going to send the new ball. Not under that. Oh no, I forgot. It's a coal ball, that's the last thing I copied. Okay. Give me a second. paste that here. He's going to send it 40 feet up and 20 feet forward, right to there. Cool, and I'm going to get rid of that thing because it doesn't need one. All right, that is his turn. Hagenguard number 2 is in the fog. And what he does in the fog is sort of unclear.
He's in the fog.
All right, Una.
Well, seeing all of my prospects disappearing.
Be the
To
fog.
generate a new ball, do you have to go back to the first line?
You do.
That's a word I don't. That's a phrase I really don't like.
They're all
Okay.
in there.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna move back. Nope. Point. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm gonna blast a ball.
All right,
Hey.
make an athletics check for me.
Try. Oh no. Oh no. That's a 15.
15 is good. So according to the sheet, you roll 2d4, and each of those are the things.
2d4. And I can whoa! 2 6s.
Wait, on
Sorry, wait,
on
what?
4s?
4! Oh, sorry! Oh no! Here's the thing! I
Rolled
always
extra
get,
good.
dude, I always get D4s and D6s confused because in my head I'm like, well, the face has 4 sides of a D6. I'm very sorry. Do you get it? Do you get my confusion there?
No,
Yeah, they're both even numbers.
They're both no.
I don't really know.
When I'm looking at it, it's a square, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
it's a
4
square.
sides.
4.
Okay, I get
Four.
you.
Oh,
The
okay, I
shape
do get
has-
that. I do
Thank
get that.
you. It's gonna be 2 1s. It's 2 1s.
Ain't that just the way? 10 feet and 10 feet.
Cool.
Oh, I have to make it for you. Eagle. So from your square, 10 feet and 10 feet.
Wee! Wee! So far.
All right, it's 10 feet up and 10 feet in front of you.
It's bigger than me.
It will fall 20 feet at the end of this round. Just throwing that out there.
Oh no.
Nah, we got. It'll be fun.
Sean D.
Yep, I'm gonna run over here and blast that ball.
All right, make an athletics check for me.
I think that is. Ooh, that's a 10.
10 is 1d2 by 10 feet. So,
Cool. That's 1.
all right, so 10 by 10.
Yep. So. Oop.
That was only 5. All right,
There.
and now it's 20 feet up. So that's exciting. Still gonna hit the ground, but all right. Hagenguard number 3 is going to. How high up is? Oh, this one. And that is 20. Okay, so Hagenguard is going to book it over to your one that's on the ground, and he's gonna try to knock it back towards you guys. Fucking miss, and he misses. He misses. That's upsetting. He's gonna do his thing again. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He goes ahead and he misses. He misses both attempts at it, and it's gonna hit the ground. Hagenguard number 0 is going to whip around and slam Septin in the back of the head with a billy club.
Yikes.
Are you I don't remember how falling works. Are you technically prone or are you fine?
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure you are prone at the end of a fall.
Yeah, I'd probably be prone.
We'll call it prone, and somebody correct me if it's not that. So he does get advantage on this attack roll. I'm just gonna fucking need it too. That's a 14 to hit.
Nope. AC 15. Are we playing in armor or?
Theoretically, if you were wearing it already.
Then yeah.
All right, yeah, he misses you, and he only gets 1 attack per action. So
That's not cool, bro.
that's all he is able to do.
Foul play.
That's part of the game. That's how the game works. It's not foul play.
I'm just
Septin,
gonna
Septin,
fight
turn
him.
your face into the strike. If you bleed, it doesn't count.
Septin's gonna find the sharpest part of his armor and be like, "Ow!"
I'm sure you could. Does anyone have minor illusion? You could.
Oh no!
All right, Tether, you're up because Mr. Guard couldn't really do fucking much here. You know what? He is going to, since you're prone and can't hurt him, he is going to start making his way.
Can I make an attack of opportunity at disadvantage?
Sure. With what?
What do I have on me? I guess my whip?
What type of damage does your whip do?
Oh, no, wait, that does slashing damage. I don't want to use that. Can I make an unarmed strike?
Go for it.
Yeah, blast his balls.
Let's see, disadvantage. Uh-oh, that's a 6.
6 does not hit, and he gets away from you. Listen, they're playing Blastball. They're trying to teach you as best they can. Blastball is a full contact sport. I think I actually know which goblin image Blake used to use in the background. You do know which goblin image I used to make in the background. All right, well, that's his turn. Tether, you're up.
So I have a question.
answer.
So this ball, number 6, is 20 feet up in the air.
Yes.
If I stand in that position, I can't hit it. So do I
You can hit it. You can jump to hit it.
jump 20 feet?
You don't need to jump 20 feet. You were already like 5-ish feet in the air. So you could theoretically jump to hit it. What did I said something about this in the rules.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying, can I stand under it, and when the turn is for
Yeah,
the
you
ball hit the
can-
ground, do I get a dex, whatever?
I think you
Or-
can hold your action if you'd like.
No.
Headbutt it with your mushroom
Yeah,
head.
you have to be within 10 feet of this fight. So you could either try to make a running high jump to hit it, or you could hold your action until it falls.
Okay. Well, first thing I'm going to do is drop concentration on the fog cloud.
Okay, fog cloud will go away, and probably just in time. Don't worry, everything in the fog cloud will return to visibility slowly but surely.
Oh,
I've set it on a different layer, which is why.
your fog cloud fucking killed everyone.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Change to token. Yeah. So what else are you gonna do this turn while I do this?
My question is, do we know the heights of the balls? Can
Yeah.
I get a rundown? Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I have it written down. I need a way to demarcate this on the map, but I don't have one yet. Spikes number 6 is 20 feet in the air. So this,
Yeah.
this one here. This one here is 10 feet in the air. This one here is also 10 feet in the air. Spikes number 2 is 30 feet in the air. This one is 10 feet in the air. And this one is 30 feet in the air.
So after turn's turn, spikes 4, first spikes,
Yeah.
and spikes 3 are gonna hit the ground.
0, 3, 4, and 6 will hit the ground.
Okay. I had another plan, but I think this is more important. So I'm gonna stand here
All right.
and hold my action.
Word. Turn. You're
I
muted
misread.
again.
I know. I misread my swarm thing. Well, I think they changed it right when they published it.
I think they did,
And
yeah.
so I thought I had to summon it. Turns out it's active all the time.
Oh, word.
So at all times I have the spirits of birds floating within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
All the time. But that's good to know. Anyway.
Yeah, that is good to know. Why ever play Arcane Trickster again? Really?
Well, except for bonus action Mage Hand.
Yeah, I guess.
That's in a situation like this. That'd be very cool.
That would be nice.
And isn't that Mage Hand invisible?
Yeah, it is.
Mascuvious.
Remind me how high this one is.
20 feet above Tether's head.
So
Tether is
and then
standing
if-
directly under it, getting ready to hit it. I can imagine she's like looking at the ball and there's fear in her eyes. She's putting her hands up.
If we get it beyond the 5, we get the most points, but we can just kill it to get points early, right?
If you kill a ball, it is considered hitting the ground where it hits, and how many points you get is
Depends on the
demarcated
zone.
above the zone right now. So yeah, if this one right here, hello, are you seeing my little mouse pointer?
No,
No. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
No.
that's
Oh,
turns.
no.
That's
Wait, what's the
turn.
button you use for it again? Oh, I just
Space
wasn't
bar.
selected. Okay, yeah.
Space
If
bar.
this one or this one dies, you'll get 1 or 3 points respectively.
Oh, but we can't kill theirs.
You
and get
can't.
points
You
for
can't.
theirs.
You can. They'll get negative points if you kill theirs.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Can they
Yeah.
go below 0?
Can they? Yeah. You can go below 0
Yeah.
points.
Okay. Just making sure.
So yeah, if these other balls, which are
Blastball.
looking very close to hitting the ground, well, this one is, they will get negative points for that.
Gotcha. Also, I did not move as far as I thought I did because I only move further if I hit a target with an attack, and I did not, so I'm actually there.
Word.
Okay. I'm gonna go like this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right, you're gonna suffer an attack of opportunity from the guy that tried to hit Septin.
Oh, this guy here?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, whatever.
he hits you with a nat 20, unfortunately.
Ouch.
That's 11 points of bludgeoning damage as he slams you on the back as you go.
Whatever.
Tell them you're bleeding.
I'm bleeding! Oh!
Johnson yells, "No, you're not!" as he's looking at a clipboard.
Tell them. Tell them tieflings don't bleed. He won't know.
Do I have a bludgeony boy?
No, you have whatever you brought onto the field with you. They all are equipped with little billy clubs.
Oh, I should have brought one of those. Instead, I have this dumbass longsword. Fine. Whatever. And I am going to, with my action, move my birds. They're gonna go 5, 10, 15, and start pushing this thing
All
this
right.
way.
How far can they push it?
Up to here, where they are. Yeah, that's where they moved to. So,
Cool.
and that's all she wrote.
Sweet. Yep, you push it forward, and they're like theoretically holding onto it, so it's not gonna fall, right?
I assume so, as long as it's within 10 pounds.
It is. Yeah, it's not that heavy. Cool.
Okay.
Word. All right, then at the end of the round, first things first, Spike 6 will fall into range. Tether, go ahead and make your athletics check.
Athletics check, huh? Cool.
You got this.
I'm using my shield. That's a 4.
4 is a miss. The ball
Yeah.
falls to the ground, and since you held your action, you don't get the bonus action to try it again. So it hits the
that's my turn.
ground. That's your held action.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But the ball hits the ground and it pops there under your feet. It bursts, Tether, and it doesn't hurt, but it is surprising. And that is -3 points to the Bright Futures team. It's like 6.
Okay, you gotta lose some to win some.
As you say that, ball number 0 is the one that you're holding, so that doesn't fall. Ball number 3, which is one of yours, hits the ground, and you gain 3 points.
Hey, we at 0.
You're at 0. You're currently at 0 points. Ball number 4, which is right next to this guy, he almost got to it, but not close enough. It hits the ground, so the guard are at -3. And Spike's number 5 does not hit the ground. But the other 2 balls both fall to 10 feet. Spike's 2 is at 10 feet. Spike's 4 is out of the equation. And Spike's 3 is also out of the equation. Cool. So the score at The end of this little round is 0 to -3. Oh, fuck. I haven't been keeping track of the number of turns we've gone through. How many have we gone through? This is the third
This
turn.
is like second.
This
like,
is the
full
second
rotation.
ball falling. Cool. All right,
Which
cool.
is cool because this takes 30 rounds.
Oh, it doesn't.
I thought it's a full minute.
It's 1
which
minute.
means it takes 10 rounds.
Takes 10
right?
rounds, yeah.
I thought there were 3 10.
Yeah, but
Oh,
only
but
the
3.
only the professionals play 3 rounds.
I see. Okay.
Cool.
I wonder if
I like to
play
believe-
all 3 rounds against these boys.
No, you're only playing the 1 round. And you're
I
also
like to
only playing
believe-
the 1 round against the Blazing Bullets as well.
I like to believe Tethered missed it because she had her shield up and then just couldn't see it.
It's fair enough. Okay, Hagenguard number 1, now free and angry at himself for what happened, is going to run down
Free
over
and
here.
angry.
He's going to run down over here, and he's going to
Typical
try
man.
to smack Spikes number 5. Oh, no. And he fucking misses. Cool rolling, buddy. He gets a 19 on his dex save. Cool. So he's going to try again and miss again. Cool. Yeah, all right. Spike's 5 is at 10 feet, and he's currently missing it. And that's his turn. Septin, you're up.
Okay.
Eh.
Let's see. That one's handled by the birds. That one's about to hit the ground. What's the deal with Spikes 2?
Ooh, Spike's 2 is 10 feet in the air.
I mean, I assume Turn's got that. He's on that one pretty clearly. So I'm gonna move to here. And I'm gonna move. I have to walk all the way back to here to get a ball, right?
You have to be off the court to grab a ball.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my action to dash
Cool.
and run off the court and just kind of get ready to. Grabbing a ball and doing it would be an action, right?
Yeah, it's to hit the throw to launch the balls in action. Yeah. Cool.
Then as a bonus action, oh wait, how far are we out from here? What's the range on Bardic Inspiration?
I don't know.
Oh, 60 feet.
you're
If it,
probably
yeah.
60. Then I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna see Una back here at the line. Assume she's been playing defense and be like, "Yo, good defense, Una," and fire Una.
Una's kind of standing there with her shoulders slumped, thinking probably going back to blast a ball wasn't the best idea.
But you're inspired now. All right. Guard number 4 is going to blast another ball. And this time, not instantly drop it. But he's not going to do a very good job of throwing it either. All right, so it goes 20 feet from him. He's got 20 feet and 10 feet. And since nobody's nearby, he's going to send it 10 feet up, 10 feet out, 20 feet up. Oh no, my pencil lead just came undone. And that's the end of his turn. Hagenguard number 2 is going to do some tricky business. Alright. Hagenguard number 2 is this guy. He is going to run back here, and then he's going to run towards the ball. You do have an attack of opportunity should you like it. Turn as he leaves your range. You might be muted.
Always muted. I'm punching him. I crit failed.
Alright, you fall to the ground prone.
Ow.
You punch him and just fall the fuck over. Okay, he's gonna try to blast this ball right here. That'll do. That'll fucking do it, yeah. Cool, so he gets... Oh, are you kidding me? He rolled so bad. He gets 40 by 10 feet, so he's going to 5, 10, 25, 30, 35, 40, up to here, and it is 20 feet in the air. And that's Hagenguard 2's turn. Una, you're up.
Yeah, I disconnected somehow.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything move.
That's not ideal.
I'm reconnecting.
All right, let me start the server over then. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
And then I'm going to start it over. sorry. Yeah, my computer does this sometimes. All right, it should be working.
Should I reconnect?
Yeah.
Can't find us on stream. Oh, there we go.
Nope, don't start server.
Whoa. For a second, I was on like a really old map where we still had our like black
Yeah.
and white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those ones still exist, which is why. But just let me know when everybody's in. And
I'm in.
I'm good.
I can get us all on the same map.
I'm connected. Hold up, I'm connected.
No worries.
I'm on the right map.
All right. So what happened is this ball went flying forward
hit.
because of guard 2. Yeah.
You wanna move me over? Sorry, I was late.
Oh yeah. There you go. You should be on the right map now. And here's hoping that you guys are still able to control your characters. Fingers fucking crossed. Oh, yeah, you aren't because you changed your name. All right, I'll give you access to your guys again. Regardless, it is Una's turn.
Can I, so for, what is it, Spikes 2,
Yeah.
this guy, can I try to run up and hit it back?
It is 20 feet in the air right now.
It is 20 feet in the air. Never
So I
mind.
think at your diminutive height, it's not the most
Then-
possible that you'll be able to get to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can still hit it, as in attack it.
Yes, you can. But if it bursts where it is, they will get positive points. Just saying.
Yeah, but like... Or I can... Which one attacked Septin?
Guard the one who's on your side of the field. Yeah.
Thanks, Cats 2020.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna... No, I'm not gonna stay where I am. Yeah, I'm kind of hidden by Shandi, so why not? I'm gonna throw some knives at
All right, Rue, go for it.
the bully. Even though he's just playing by the rules.
No, he has a personal vendetta against all of us.
He hates children.
That's a,
He
yeah,
hates
that's,
children.
that's 22.
22 will absolutely hit, yeah.
Okay. That's... Hold on. I definitely remember what all my things do. Okay, 7 points.
Nice. 7
psychic
points of
damage.
psychic damage. He doesn't like that.
Sorry.
He looks more confused than anything.
Sorry, but not sorry. And I'm gonna hit him one more time.
Go for it.
Knock him out of here.
That's 16 something. 21.
Yep.
And then not a d6. Oopsie. Okay, 4 more points of psychic damage.
He falls unconscious as he just flumps to the ground. Johnson yells out, "Pause!" The balls stop where they are, and he comes and drags this guy off the court.
Oops.
And then he says, "All right."
And it's psychic damage.
You
So
might
like
want to check
high
his
school
internal
traumas.
bleeding.
Yeah, he didn't believe. Yeah, he thinks about all of the times he wasn't able to win the blast
killed.
ball, and yeah, he falls unconscious. I'll put him down in the line of blast balls. Why not? So you can see all the casualties so far of this experience.
That's it. Una doesn't know much about
Yep, he is
sports,
unconscious.
but
And now all of the balls are frozen. Johnson says, all right, ready to reignite in 3, 2, 1, go! Shonda, your turn.
Alright, I'm going to head up here and blast ball 2.
All right, ball 2 is 20 feet in the air at the moment. So you can make a jump to get to it if you'd like.
I would
Go,
like to
kitty
make
cat.
a jump to get to it.
Okay, I want you...
Cheetah.
I'm looking up how this works in the game, and I'm going to change it a little bit. I need you
Go,
to make
Kristen Wiig.
an athletics check to jump.
Okay. That's a 6.
6, not very good. You are not going to be able to reach the ball. You jump and you land, and that's an action and bonus. That's movement and bonus action, but you still have an action if you'd like to hold that or.
Yeah. I'll hold it.
All right, so you
I'll
you get on under
chill
there.
underneath it.
And you hold your action. Guard number 3 is this one up here. He's going to run forward. Hello? Nope. Nope. Oh no, they're all under each other, right? And that's fine actually. He is going to try to blast the ball back where it came because he doesn't care about the birds. He misses the ball. He misses the ball, and he goes to drop down to hit it a second time, but since it's being carried by birds, that doesn't happen. So that's the end of his stupid turn. Guard 0 is gonna not be in the initiative order anymore, because he's passed the fuck out. Tether! Your turn.
Tether finally takes her shield off from in front of her face, and she's like, "Oh no!" And so she's gonna run 30, and she's gonna cast a 2nd level spell
Ooh,
by the name of Gust of Wind.
nice.
And so 10 feet, like 10 feet wide. So like I'm talking these squares,
Okay.
if you know what I'm
These
saying.
squares.
And then 60 feet back, which will hit both these balls.
You can, I believe,
Draw a rectangle.
draw a blast template for this, yeah.
Blast template.
Oh no, because blast is gonna...
Yeah. Don't do that.
you can draw a wall
blast
template?
I don't want.
Why did it choose over here?
No, line template is the one you want.
Line template?
Yep.
Cool.
Why doesn't blast work?
Blast figures it's a rectangle expanding outwards. Line is not.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
see what you're
6
saying.
feet long and 10 feet wide, yeah.
Sort of the wrong square. Oh well.
You can redo it.
No, God. It's line. Okay, I hate this line template.
Just draw forwards. Yeah.
I am! I'm really bad at this, apparently. Why? No one look at me.
I can draw.
one-
Michael, I'll draw it because it's 10 feet long
Okay.
and 60 feet wide. Boom. There it is. Hard to see though because my colors are bad. All right.
Oh, what did you do? Line template or line template centered on a grid cell?
Line template.
Okay, maybe I did the wrong one then.
Um,
But anyway,
yeah.
anyone in this column of gust has to make a DC has to make a strength saving throw or be pushed back 15 feet in the direction of the line.
Cool.
Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 if it moves closer.
Word. All right. So guard number 2. What's the DC on this?
15.
Guard number 2 succeeds. Guard number 1 does not. So he is knocked back 5, 10, 15 feet. And the balls, since they are balls, automatically fail. 5, 10, 15.
Whee!
And Spike 7 goes 5, 10, 15. Cool. Nice. It's a good spell. And that you're holding concentration on that boy, right?
Yeah.
Word. That's the word I was going for. Cool. Nice. Turn. Your turn.
All right. Sorry, how high is this one?
That one is 10 feet off the ground, being carried by your birds.
All right, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna go 5, 10,
Is yours now? I'm just. Oh.
25, 30, and the birds are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right, you scoot them past the man who really tried to hit the ball but couldn't. And he looks behind him, bewildered. All right, is that the end of your turn?
In play until it touches the ground.
So it touches the ground, yeah.
The birds let go.
All right.
Yeah, I already said it. Okay, too late.
Birds let go. Sounds good. And
Let it go.
spikes number 2 begins to drop. You, I believe, held your action, Sean D. So you get to use that if you'd like to try to hit this ball.
Let me blast it. 11.
11 hits. 1d2 by 10 feet.
That's a 1. So
10 by 10. Whatever direction you so choose.
I'll send it 10 up and 10 this way.
10 up and 10 this way, so it is 20 feet up and there now. Cool. And then they will fall. Theoretically, since that already fell, it's not going to fall again. So it's there for now. But the other ones, the ones the birds dropped, was 10 feet up, so it hits the ground. You guys score 5 points. Spikes number 5 was 10 feet up, so that also hits the ground. They score -5 points. So they're at -8. And spikes number 7 was 20 feet up. That also hits the ground. Cool. So they score a -10 points of total this turn. So scores are currently 5 to -13.
Michael, I hope you know I'm picturing Tethered like doing this as each ball pops.
As they hit the ground and burst, things aren't looking great for the Hog and Guard coalition here. Cool. All right, so that brings us back to the top of the order. Guard number 1 is not doing awesome. But what he is going to do is take a step over here and start a new ball. Yeah, and that'll happen for him. He doesn't just drop the fucking ball this time. Cool. 3 by 2. So he is going to launch this ball. "20 feet up and 30 feet that direction." And let me get rid of this thing. Not incapacitated. Cool. Septin, your turn.
Septin is gonna see what Tether is doing, kind of reposition himself, and then I'd like to start a new ball.
All right.
Can you spawn one in, or should I grab one from the dead?
As you're rolling, I spawn one in, yeah.
All right. So it's just an athletics check, right?
Yeah.
It's a 17.
17, so that's 2d4.
Yep. 20 and 20.
20 and 20. All right.
Alright.
As you will.
I will send it right over towards Shandi.
Word. All right, Hagenguard number 4 is knocked back.
Oh, wait, can I use
Yeah.
the rest of my movement?
Go for it.
I only moved 15, so I'll just take another 15 out after the ball.
Word. All right, Hagenguard number 4 is going to realize their strategy isn't working so great. But he has his orders. All right, he's going to launch another ball. and miss the ball and try to catch the ball. Fail to catch the ball. That's another negative 5 points. All right, good job, guard number 4. Sweet.
Oh, it's like when in PE when you have your volleyball unit and you're learning how to what's it even called?
Spike or
Put
serve?
the ball into play. Serve.
Yeah. And he misses it.
And you're just like.
Yeah, he really fucking goofs it pretty bad. And now they're at negative 18 points. Hog guard number 2 turn. Where's hog guard number 2? He's here. So he is going to 10, 15, 20, 25. You know what? He has a turn. So he's actually just going to run up here and he's going to try to hit you, Tether.
Yeah, also, I don't think he could reach all that because the...
Oh, you're right, because he was, what, here?
15, yeah.
So that's 10, 20, 30. Yep. All right, he's going to try to slam you with a 15 to hit.
That does not.
All right, so he doesn't hit you. Una.
Oh no. Alright. Una wants to get back in this action, baby. So I'm gonna dash a whole 50 feet. Except maybe not right next to the guard. Hold on. Yeah. Right by turn. Oh, that's why. Boop. Right next to ye old Tether. And I'm gonna throw just some more daggers at Spike's 1. That's not ours, right?
Spike's 1 is not yours, no.
Thank goodness. Alright. That's the sound it makes, sure.
Sweet.
No. Probably,
Maybe. They don't
11.
11 doesn't hit, no.
Yeah. We try again! No!
Alright, 2 misses.
Oh, wait!
Huh?
It's, haha. I got confused about the 6 and 9 again, but it worked in my favor. That's a 14.
14 does hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Let's go. Okay. 4 points.
4 points of damage. Ball's still standing, but not
That's
by
fine.
much. Alright, Sean D, you're
That's
up.
it. Oh, wait.
Alright.
Yeah.
No.
Wait.
I can't hit it because I used my bonus action to dash.
Ooh, okay.
Never mind. So, no damage. My bad.
No worries. I can heal it for 4 instantly and easily. Boom.
Instead, I choose to heal it.
Alright, now it's Sean D's turn.
Okay, first I'm going to take a step back
Alright.
and blast this boy.
Blast this one. Okay, you will have to jump for it because it's 20 feet up.
I will jump again then.
Athletics for me.
17.
17 is enough. Make another athletics check to hit.
Natural 1.
Okay. On a natural 1, the blast ball bursts instantly. So, spikes number 8.
My claws pop.
Yeah, you accidentally pop the ball with your claws. So you suffer a 3-point penalty. You are now at 2 points, still heavily in the lead over their negative 18. All right. Anything else from you, Shandi?
Do I have to? No, that's probably all my movement. Yeah, if I jumped.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, no, you took 5 back, and then you jumped up 10-ish. So technically, you still have some more movement.
Could I just set up next to the last one? Or not the last one, but the other ball over here?
Yeah, if you have the movement for it.
Yeah.
If you want to get under it or you want to be over it, doesn't matter to me.
Just be under.
Cool. All right, Tether, your turn.
I just want to see if I can do...
Well, you can't walk directly through the guard.
I know. But like, it's hard to. Okay, so Sean D is like covering Spikes too.
Yeah, he's under it.
So Tether is gonna run. She'll take the attack of opportunity,
Okay.
and she's gonna
Ooh,
stop.
that's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
And that is 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
7. Schmevin is what I like to say about
Make a concentration.
That-
Make a concentration.
Yeah.
check,
19.
You're good.
Yeah. And yeah, she's there now, and the gust of wind is centered on her.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
So it goes with me.
Goes with you, which is going to be difficult to do, but
Yeah.
I will do it. What we're going to do is just delete the old one and get a new one. Cool. So, technically, it doesn't trigger till the start of somebody's turn when they move. I read that afterwards.
Sorry.
No, that's my bad. So, these guys won't do anything until the start of their turn. But, at the start of their turn, they will do things. Cool. Turn.
All right. Sorry, and this one made it up 10 feet?
This one is... what is it? Number 1. It is 20 feet in the area.
Oh, all the way up there. I can reach it.
Wait. Hagenguard 3 didn't go. Whatever, we'll do him after you.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna step over here and do a 15-foot high jump.
Because you can. Just do that. Yeah.
Because I got the
Jump on.
of a grasshopper.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna hit it with a little athletics check.
Cool, go for it.
How's a 15 sound?
15 sounds like it hits. And I believe it is
Roll.
2d4.
Okay, I rolled a 1 and a 1.
Alright, 10 feet by 10 feet.
Alright, we're gonna send it. This is their ball, right?
This is their ball, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna send it 10 feet this way. Oh, I can't move it. 10 feet to the right.
Oh, yeah, you should... Because... Hello? Okay,
Hello?
10 feet to the right,
Hello.
and theoretically
And
10 feet down.
oh, but he's gonna take a turn. I could just put it up in the air out of his reach.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it up another 10 feet, so it's
Alright,
30
so
feet
what is
in
that?
the air.
30 feet now. Yeah, alright. And at the top of his turn, which tactically he should have taken already, but he didn't. He's going to make your strength save. He's going to fail it, be knocked back 15 feet.
Oh, I'm in the wind, aren't I?
You are,
Yeah.
but you moved into it, so it's fine. I believe.
Okay. I don't.
You have to start your turn in it.
Okay.
So he gets pushed back at the start of his turn, which, you know, actually kind of works out for him, and he's going to make a last-ditch effort to make a jumping swing, but I'm not confident in him. Yep, he doesn't make it in time. But he does sort of land under it, which doesn't matter, because as it drops, it is pushed back 5, 10, 15 feet, but it hasn't hit the ground yet. It's 10 feet off the ground. And Spike's number 2 is also dropping. So who's under that? That is Sean D, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean D, you it is dropping into your realm if you would like to make an attack on it or make a thing on it. Or wait, you already used your action, so it doesn't actually do that.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, my birds would have gotten pushed back out of my range and been dispelled.
Cool. Then I will delete them. This ball was what, 30 feet up, so it does drop. It is only now 10 feet up, but you can't do anything because you used your action already. You didn't hold it. But it hasn't hit the ground yet. So. Yep. And those are the only balls on the fucking field right now. So we make our way back over to Hagenguard number 1. Hagenguard number 1 is going to run over to this one and try to blast it away. And miss. He's going to miss. Because of course he's going to fucking miss. He succeeds on his save, and he hits it the second time. Okay, so he has... Okay.
Wait, does he get 2 blast checks?
He did, yeah. The second one's a disadvantage, but he hit it because he succeeded his dexterity saving throw. So that one is 20 feet up, or sorry, 30 feet up now, and 40 feet that way, and that's his turn. Septim.
So the ball above Shandi is like right above him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes
Then-
with the rest of his movement. He is going to run up there, actually.
Septin, having learned from his mistake, is going to try to start another ball
Okay.
and not just let it explode this time. So I'm going to step back to there and make another athletics check.
Cool.
Will hopefully be a little higher. Because otherwise, it's just going to hit the ground again.
That is true.
15.
15. Yeah, that is 2d4.
Oh no, this is what happened last time.
It is.
Oh no, Septin's going to lose us all our points. Oh no. It's 10 by 10.
All right.
Oof.
There you go.
10 and 10 up.
10 and 10 up.
So I'm just gonna run to stand under it with the rest of his movement.
All right.
Wait.
Hang
on.
You're not going to get a chance to save it because you've already used your
I
action
know.
this turn.
Hang on, I'm looking at bonus actions.
Any luck with your bonus action?
I'm thinking. We can't use the bonus action to try to hit a ball, can we?
No.
Damn. In that
If you miss a
case-
ball, you get a bonus action to try again, more or less. But
Well, in that case, it's not looking great.
all right,
Uh-oh.
all right. Hagenguard number 4 is going to start another ball. He has his orders, even though he dropped. No, wait, no. He dropped the last one, so maybe that's not the move. So instead, he is going to dash up to this one and yell back at Hagenguard 3 to trade places with him. Hagenguard 2, up here, is going to run over to this ball, and he's going to try to just knock it out of the way from Shandi. This fucking... I get his dex save and miss it. All right, he doesn't fucking do anything. I'm rolling so unbelievably badly this time around. Una, your turn.
Okay. I wish I could help you, Septin.
Septin has made a lot of mistakes.
No, I'm
After
right
a good opening.
Yeah, no, right there
Loved
with you. Una's just gonna do what Una does best and throw some daggers at Hagen at her the guy attacking her friends. So Hagenguard 2, coming for you.
Oh, throwing daggers at the guy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Una, are you still inspired?
Was just reaching for my inspiration dice, because
Wait, is it?
it's D6.
I think it's.
Or what do you
still a-
have?
I think it's still a D4 at this point.
Oh!
Hang on, let me double check that.
I have Bard up, so I can check.
Yeah. I was looking it up. I might have been looking at the wrong thing then.
It's a D6. It starts as a
Oh,
D6.
yeah, it is a D6.
Yeah.
Yep. You good?
Okay, yay, that's a 14.
14 will hit.
Then it's gonna be 3 points of psychic damage.
You do have sneak attack on this one, because Shandi's right there.
Hey.
Yeah, Una,
What?
do you hate guards or something? Why would you hit a guard like that?
What did I say?
What?
Was it 7 points?
You said 3 before.
That's supposed to be 7.
Okay.
Because my bonus is +3, and I think that's what I was thinking.
Okay, and, well,
I
add your
apologize.
sneak attack damage to that as well.
Yeah.
So just give me the total.
3 more points.
Okay.
10 points total, sorry.
Oof. Yeah, he's not doing awesome. He is
Well-
not doing awesome.
I guess well, and I have another one.
Ow.
That's 15.
Okay, don't worry about it. He falls down. He had 1 HP left. Yeah. So yeah, you knock this guy out, they pause the game again, and once more they remove him from play. Yeah.
No, Phoenix, that's not, because that's against the rules of snowball fights. I am playing by the rules of Blastball.
She is.
Una plays by one rule.
Kill. Anyway, Shandi!
Is that rule protect her friends?
The
Then
rule
yes.
is win or die, bitch.
It's your turn, Shandi.
I'm gonna blast it.
Alright.
12.
12
The rule
does
is she
hit.
has no other talents.
1d2 by 10.
1d2 by 10. That's 10.
Alright, 10 by 10. Go ahead and move it.
10 more up and 10 more this way.
Alright, so now it's 20 feet in the air, and it's in the 0 points column.
I have
Anything
a
else?
question.
I have
about,
an answer.
About Spike's 9. With Septin under it, is there any way I could get at it if I action surged?
You
Or
could,
is
yeah,
he
you could
blocking it?
hit it, yeah.
Okay. Does it matter what, like, so even if I were just to move, like, here, can I hit it, or do I have to be under it or behind him?
You can hit it. You're like diving and like reaching under it, yeah.
Septim will give you a boost.
Yeah, Septim will grab you and help.
Okay, so bonus action, action surge.
I think you just get action surge. I don't think that's a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
I think you can just do that. Yeah.
Sweet.
So you technically still have bonus action.
I'm gonna blast it. 16.
16, yeah, that's 2d4.
Okay, that's a 1 and a 2.
Alright, 10 by 20. It is currently 10 feet up.
Sweet. I'm gonna send it 20 up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna send it 10 that way.
Cool. It's now 30 feet in the air. Sweet. Hagen number 3 is going to purposefully fail, so he gets freely knocked back 15 feet. Then he is going to move 5 feet here and start another ball. And miss the ball. So he makes his dex save though, and rolls, and the ball bursts. -5 more points. Okay. And as that ball bursts, Johnson blows a whistle. He says, "All right, that's the game." And to your confused looks, he says, "Oh, -20 points is the loser's cutoff." So,
Yeah.
which is a rule that's definitely in the rules if you read it. Guards lose at -23 points. You guys win at 2 points. Good job! That was a solid first ever round of Blastball, y'all. I say as me and as the DM.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
Tether's gonna forget to drop Gust of Wind immediately, so turn if you want to make a DC save.
Yeah. Turn goes
I
flying.
just let it happen.
Yeah. Turn goes flying. Anyway, yeah. You ended. Johnson runs up excitedly and says, "That was a pretty good showing, everybody. Nice. I mean, except for the part where you burst the ball on your own there, Shandi and Una.
Be sure to file my nails next time.
And Una, maybe make sure to have some teammates there when you start a new ball. Otherwise, you can run into some sticky situations like you did today.
I learned that the hard way too.
Yeah. But listen, that was your first time playing. I'm pretty sure for most of you, so that was impressive showing. That being said, these guys don't really know strategies for Blastball, so they were a pretty easy target. I'd be more than willing to help you practice again before the big game if you'd be interested in that. And I'm going to do my best this week to try to find out, what the Blazing Bullet strategy for the most part is. But I wouldn't expect them to put up as easy a fight as these schmucks. And he nods to the two who are like they've regained consciousness and they're just like drinking water, rubbing their heads from the psychic damage. But seriously, great job. You guys are naturals.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I couldn't see a ball and I let it drop.
Yeah, hey, but it's more than fine. I mean, you guys got some negative points, but in the end, you stayed in the positive, which is pretty impressive for Blastball, honestly.
Alright, well, we're pretty much world champs at this point, so,
I mean, I suppose so. I mean, that's it for class. If you want to stick around and run some drills just to improve your game, you're more than welcome to, but you're free to go. Do whatever you want with the rest of your day.
Well, I need to go see a nurse and get a band-aid for my bruise.
Yeah, I should probably do the same before work.
Band-aid for your bruise?
Septin says on 2 broken ankles.
Yeah, well, I mean, let me know, or I guess more importantly, let Braum know if you'd like another sort of skirmish. I can get some people a little bit more accomplished at this. Maybe even Braum. I know Braum and Sheena have played this game before, so we could do a teachers versus students sort of skirmish here if you'd like, sometime next week or maybe this weekend.
Just stab our teachers.
You can't stab your teachers. You can hit them really hard.
Una can.
That's...
Other teachers.
But yeah, that was pretty incredible. And also, Una, that's a really good... I mean, you should definitely work those daggers into your strategy, because daggers that don't bleed, perfect for Blastball. Though, I'll warn you, you probably want to anticipate some strategy like that from more capable opponents than just a bunch of guys I wrangled up on their breaks.
Yeah.
Sean D, they could like do anything to you, couldn't they, and get away with it?
Let's not tell them that. Let's keep that one under wraps.
Right. That's a good idea. I was just thinking about it, because, like, yikes. That's like a big weakness we gotta be careful of.
They could technically kill me and it wouldn't be against the rules.
Wow.
Because we can't see it when you bleed.
It's crazy when every single game of Blastball is life or death for you, huh?
That's what gives me my spirit.
Alright.
Alright, yeah. You guys can head out and do whatever you should like. 2 of you have work today. And the rest of you can do whatever you want.
Time is it?
Time is it? It's probably around 2 p.m. at this point.
Oh, okay.
What time's my job?
Whenever you can get there.
Oh, okay.
And mine's...
Though technically you've more or less been informed that, Septin, that you start at 5, and Una, you start as soon as possible.
Okay.
Probably the longer you're there, the more you'll make, is the vibe of what the correspondence that you've had with your employer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blake, can you remind me very quickly, if you have the specifics, what my assignment was from Coral?
Yes,
I remember it involved
do
that
have those specifics.
It was that I had assassinated somebody.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I don't know the exact wording. I have to pull up the document. I don't have it. But the word, in essence, you've been framed for assassinating a monarch and her populace-funded and supported military is the one framing you for it.
When is that due?
That's due next week.
Okay.
Is it Monday?
so much time.
Assume it's Monday. Yeah, he didn't. I don't think they gave you a specific day, but you have class with them on Monday, so probably then.
I'm gonna go to the library.
Cool. And what are the rest of you up to?
Can we actually go to a nurse to get healed, or should I just take like a short rest?
You can just take a short rest.
Right.
You know, Colfrey has healing potions, but he is rather sparing with them.
Nah. I'm gonna head back to the house and rest up a little before work. Una, when do you want to leave to head up to the city that I forgot the name of?
Whenever you're ready. Yeah.
I mean, I don't start work till 5, but like I could just chill out in the city, do some stuff beforehand.
Okay.
How long's the trip?
Trip's about an
Yeah.
hour. About an hour.
About an hour.
Okay. It's like 2 now?
Yeah, do you want to leave
It's
it
a
like,
little before 2, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's leave like in an hour. I'll
leave it
say.
like 3-ish?
Yeah.
Dope.
Cool. All right. So
Septin's
Septin's going to go take a short rest. Turn, Una, Tether. What are you up to?
Taking a short rest as well.
All right. Una and Tether.
I'm just going back to my room to chill for a bit.
All right. And
I'm going to forage to do my part for the gang.
sorry, what was the verb that you said?
Forage.
Word. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. All right. We will start off. You take your short rests, but Shandi,
Uh-oh.
when you get to the library, you
blown up.
sit down and start looking around, like you would. But a note gets placed on the table next to you. And as you look up to see who the note was from, it looks like just one of the people who works in the library who has just a stack of books that has put a note on the table next to you.
I'm gonna read the note.
All right. The note says, "I have something for you, chickadee, Mrs. Lee."
Interesting. Being the good little dork that he is, he's gonna go straight to Mrs. Lee's office.
You go to Mrs. Lee's office. She has something cinnamony smelling on her tray of baked goods, and she looks up from her paperwork with her big glasses. Says, "Oh, dearie, welcome. Yes, a letter. I have a letter for you. It's addressed, Dear Shandi." And as she hands it over to you, you can see that it possesses the seal of the Resk family on the letter.
Ah,
Here it is,
important.
just for you.
Thank you.
Yes, of course, anytime. How are you today, my little chickadee?
Oh, we played some Blastball this morning.
Ooh, getting ready for your challenge I set up?
Yes, the big game.
Oh yes,
I'm sure it'll be interesting.
we'll be bringing everyone to come root for you. I'm looking forward to it. So give them hell.
Ooh, fans, wonderful.
Yes.
I'll be sure to let the others know that you're rooting for us.
Good. Well, oh, would you like a cinnamon treat today, dearie?
Oh, I thought you wouldn't ask.
Oh, they're you don't even have to ask. They're for all of you. So feel free to just take one. Take many.
I'm gonna take one.
All right. Well, have a nice rest of your day, young Shandi.
And you as well. And I'm gonna go back to my table and read the letter.
Cool. You open the letter, and I'm gonna put on a different song. You open the letter, and you recognize instantly Lord Althear Resk's very precise handwriting. And it reads, "I've heard of late that from that detestable fiend Colrell that the Bright Futures Initiative has undergone several setbacks as of late. Despite the succubus's flowery protestations to the contrary, I have inferred that these setbacks have been caused by students of the program. I doubt I need to inform you of my feelings on this matter. You are there for a simple reason, Shandi. One I thought I was quite clear with you when I campaigned for your selection. You owe both your life and your success to me, and letting our family down is not something a representative of the Resk family is expected to do. I understand that being in a new place and meeting others one's age are exciting events for a youth, but I must remind you, it seems, that you are not a youth. You are an investment. Everything you have, everything you are, can be taken from you with a snap of my fingers. I've always been fond of you, Shandi, and that is why you are receiving this warning. You know my policy on warnings, child. There shan't be another. Shape up, or I will replace you. Now, there are ways to go above and beyond in this situation, Shandi. Ways to easily make your way back into my good graces. This Casimir Orion, the founder of the program, is not of Zymorian lineage. He hails from the dying den of that bloated lion, King Giorel, and as such, I've little information on him. Save, of course, what I could not pry from the dusty archives of the Caerleonan nobility. If you wish to shine, as you always have, find out who this Lord Orion is, what makes him smile, and what makes him tremble with fear. You have your duties. Live up to expectations and make me proud. Lord Althear Resk.
Alright, I'm gonna fold that up. And then quietly go back to perusing the shelves.
Alright. Tether, can you make a survival check for me?
Hell yeah, I can.
And I'm going to send you the text of that letter, Winfield, as well.
Thank you.
It's my survival. Oh, I'm good at that. Hopefully. $22.
22. Yeah. So what were you looking for?
I was gonna forage, and by forage I mean, yeah, I can go to get nuts and berries and stuff, but like, what are the scraps at the kitchens, you know? Like, anything will do. What about insulation for the winter? I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, you... Oh, that wasn't on purpose. There we go. Yeah, you, find pretty much everything you're looking for with no trouble. You notice a little bit that, the forest doesn't quite seem to be this way it was before. There is a presence in this forest, just missing. It's not quite there anymore. But, yeah, you find what you need, you can bring it back.
Do you guys miss Elias? To the trees, she said.
And the trees do.
Yeah, he's pretty great. Don't worry, he's okay. Maybe he'll come back.
They wrestle with reassurance. They feel good about that. Alright, cool. Alright, so, Una and Septin, the time has arrived for you to leave for work.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready to head out?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you begin your walk to Kelshar.
This is how Turn taught me to walk.
Septin laughed.
Yeah, if you guys want to RP it all on the way, let me know, or we can just skip to the end of your walk.
So Una, we haven't actually brought this up the whole time. But you and I are both from families of entertainers, if I'm correct.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What kind of stuff did you guys do?
Well, my parents just owned a theater company. At one point they said it was very good. It was pretty legitimate. Like, they had whole crew, a bunch of people would audition. They had like huge productions, and then at some point, like pretty much as long as I've been aware of it, it just hasn't really done well, and it's kind of just been us three. Yeah. I think they're pretty good, but I have not seen any other performers except my parents, so I guess I'm a little biased.
I see. My family kind of had the same thing, but like, I don't. Like, when we would travel, everything I remember was just like bars or like small to mid venues. But then when I was doing my research for that project, apparently we performed for royalty once or twice way back when, but that was kind of like before I was alive. So I guess at some point my family was big, but or maybe that was like a different branch of the family that I didn't know about. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently we're the first ones. I don't know about any aunts or uncles, cousins, and yeah, and we're just a bit different from other halflings.
Oh, is your family like not on good terms?
That's an excellent question.
I mean, I'm not really on good terms with my family, so I get it.
Well, like, I'm on good terms with them, almost too good terms. But, yeah, no, and whenever I asked them about it, they kind of just said, nope, we are the first. I don't know. My dad changes the story every time. Sometimes he's like, we're the first of our kind. I'm like, well, sure. And then my mom gave me the little tip about, Ghoul Doc, which I definitely remember because it's
stares blankly.
Yeah.
Wait, did Septin?
No.
No, Septin's never heard of Ghoul Doc.
You would have
you
heard mentioned during her presentation if you were paying attention.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, like during the presentation, but other than that,
Yeah.
like, I don't think Septin has any knowledge of what that is.
Make a check if you'd like.
Sure, I'll roll a little history, I guess. Nah, that's a 7.
Yep, no idea.
I mean,
Which,
yeah, no, not familiar.
yeah. And I kind of get it. I mean, just like when people would come to the shows just to boo us, like, my dad just kind of sloughed away all the negative. So I kind of get where he's coming from, but at the same time, I kind of want to know what we're all about. As long as, like, I don't get us in trouble.
No, I get that. My family was kind of the same way, where, like, bad things would happen, and they'd be like, it is what it is. And I was like, doesn't have to be. And they were like, nah, it does. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting that 2 of these 5 of us who are supposed to be like, oh, it's important, we're gonna become heroes, 2 of us had backgrounds in, like,
Yeah, well,
theater.
but
You theater, me, like,
right,
theater.
but you probably actually performed, right?
A little, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did not. I did it.
Oh, you, like, manage the props and stuff?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, no, yeah, my cousin did that. No, that's, yeah. I mean, that's a little different, but that's still part of it.
Yeah. It when we can speak telepathically, it's quite helpful.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
There were some terrible memories though, where they needed a third actor.
I feel like that's everyone's worst nightmare, is being, like, a literal nightmare I've had is being dragged on stage and they're like, your lines, and I'm like, what show is this?
Oh my gosh. Well, like, they could, like, my dad would just feed me lines through his head, but nothing came out of my mouth.
Yeah, I've definitely been there.
Una's like sweating, just
I'm
thinking.
sorry to bring up such painful memories.
No, it's fine. It's fun to, like, it, like, as much as I miss it in some weird way, it's cool to go off and kind of learn about what other things I can do.
Yeah, I miss it sometimes, but let's not ask Mrs. Lee to start school theater?
No.
Okay, good. We're on the
Oh
same page.
no.
If she brings it up, we both shoot it down.
Absolutely not.
Cool.
Oh my gosh. When I went to like normal people's school, like the drama club would always try to get me in there, and I was always just like, I knew they were making fun of me, cause like the Not Wise Theater Company is the butt of every joke back in Hellvast. Am I getting these right? Yes.
Nice.
It's the butt of every joke, and so like, although I definitely could have helped with some of their productions, like, definitely, but yeah, no Hagen theater group, please.
All right, cool. Glad we're on the same page.
And as this conversation sort of dwindles down, you both notice drops of rain starting to hit you. You look up and yes, clouds are coming in a little bit here as we near the end of summer.
Does anyone have an umbrella? Turn, do you have an umbrella?
Turn's not here.
We're like way out at this
Do you
point.
get it? Do you get? I know, but do you get my reference?
Oh, from the fanfic! Oh yeah!
I haven't read it yet.
Oh yes, because Septin borrows an umbrella from Turn near the climax. You guys gotta the two of you have to read that fanfic.
Read it.
Like,
It's so good.
but yeah, it is.
Umbrella I borrowed from Turn. Apparently,
it's raining a little bit. It is raining a little bit now as you reach the city. And as you reach the city, I have to assume you sort of head your separate ways as Una goes to her job and Septin does.
I got an hour.
Yeah, you do.
I'm gonna run by the blacksmiths.
Word. Cool. So, Una, you make your way. As you report to Gregor and Grounda's general purpose magical goods, you will see poor Gilligan up on a very, very rickety stepladder trying to fix the sign that is threatening to fall down a little bit.
Oh no. Hold on. I'm gonna walk up, but not to startle him, because that ladder's making me nervous, and just kind of put a hand on it.
He notices and looks down and says, thank you, I appreciate this very much.
Yeah.
And he sort of finishes tying up the top of the sign to the roof, because it's not very steadily hung on there, and he climbs down the ladder. I was very close to falling most of that experience, so thank you.
Of course.
You're here to work first day of job, yes? Mm-hmm. Very well. Let's get started. And your name was Una again. I remember because it's a Skembrin name. So, anyway, after you. He sort of gestures inside. You notice that he's dressed in several layers of fur this time, as opposed to the one that was barely on his body before. Yes, so as you both enter, it's about the same as you remember it. For the most part, you'll be stocking and reorganizing the items in the back, as well as making sure the place stays presentable. You'll also have to help me out with item appraisals, and every now and again, though hopefully not often, you will have to man the counter. Also, I mean, depending on how long you decide to work here and how much you enjoy it, we might send you out to acquire items every now and again, and perhaps your friends that were here earlier could be of use for that. So,
oh, cool.
Any questions to start with before I show you the back and the identifying machine?
Blake, what did the sign outside look like?
Let me open the document where I had that description for that sign.
Oh, I thought you were gonna pull up a picture.
No, I didn't make it. I can.
It's alright.
No, I'll ping it up. It won't be hard. All right. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Your name's gonna show up eventually. It didn't. Oh, it did. Planet Cabo. Thank you for the follow. Tell me if I'm saying that wrong. All right, so the sign it's a hand-painted wooden sign, so just a big piece of wood, with the words Gregor and Granda's magical purpose, general good, spelled out in red and white. It's very homey.
Okay. Is it like nice looking?
It's definitely homemade, and you can tell that it's homemade, but it doesn't look terrible either.
Oh.
Whoa, Planet Gabo, thank you so much for the raid! Is Gabo with a G. Thank you for the raid! Welcome, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons. We're doing, our campaign right now is called Bright Futures, where we're a bunch of heroes-to-be studying at hero school, more or less. And right now we pick up with Una as she goes to her job, which is a magical item store. But yes, it's not the nicest sign in the whole world, but it is. It doesn't look like it was thrown together in a day. It definitely some work was put into it.
Then never mind. No questions.
Awesome. That's me, not Gilligan. Yes, of course. Well, I suppose I should show you the back room. And he takes you through the kitchen to a door that leads into another space. The place is understocked, to say the least. There's like a shelf with potions on it, a shelf with 2 or 3 items on it, and otherwise a bunch of empty shelves. So there is a massive out-of-date Magitech machine that takes up probably about a third of the room. It is a machine made of dulled metal that likely once had sleek decals on it, but have been worn off over years and years of use. At first, not at first, but it looks sort of like a table with 2 layers and 2 arms hanging off of it. The top layer seems, as he walks over and he's sort of showing you this, R.I.P. Evan. The top layer is adjustable. You can move it up and down, it seems. And he says he can adjust this for the size and the shape of the item, for example, and he just grabs a dagger off a shelf and puts it in there. And he adjusts the top layer so it just fits snugly and smushes the dagger between the 2 of them. And then there are 2 arms, and they're both being manned for a person, by a person. And he pulls one arm up, and it seems to have a viewfinder of sorts at the end. And then he hands you the other one, and that has sort of like a claw shaped with a square slot, an indent in it. He grabs this blue glass sheet and slots it into the claw and then hands it to you. So what happens is I go above and I look down at the item through this viewfinder and I adjust the dials. Well, you move the lens over the item back and forth until we have successfully appraised the thing. This apparently was made years and years ago in my parents' time for people with no magical ability to be able to identify things. Of course, there are better ways to do it now, but this is what we have. So, would you like to do a test run by any chance?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get you a fresh air glass lens. And he pulls it out and puts a new one in, and we'll identify the dagger here. Why don't we? So, and he puts the thing over his eyes, and he stands. He's quite a bit taller than you, so he doesn't have to stand on his tiptoes or anything. And he looks down and starts adjusting lenses and says, "All right, there. Slowly, just move the thing across."
Okay, I do it.
All right, good. All right, now back. Yes, now across from the top this time. And he just continues, and the whole process takes about 10 minutes. As you just sort of drag the thing back and forth across. He makes...
Una's thinking about Turn's cat ears that he picked up.
Smushing Turn in here.
Giggling to herself about how we'd probably have to like put his head down because he can't take them off.
I forgot he had cat ears that are glued to his head.
Just thinking about like any items we haven't identified yet.
Yeah. But yeah, you eventually he says, and yes, we have our identification here. And he shows you it's a dagger of +1 dagger of speed. And it also has a gold value next to it. But he takes it away too before you can see that because I didn't look that up. But yes, so whenever we are being sold something or are being paid to identify something, this is the device we will use. And since it requires the two people, you'll probably be doing that for the most part. If you're ever interested in learning this part of the job, let me know. But for now, the claw should work.
Cool.
Right, well, start, I suppose, by stocking the potion shelves. And I will get back to the desk. Let me know if you have any questions. Very good. Excited to have you aboard the ship of work. And then he goes back out to the main room. Oh, and then he calls back. Oh, and if you should ever like some stew, my mother makes me keep it boiling all day, so it's in the kitchen.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And he makes his way back.
I guess started.
Sure. You begin
At
to
my
work.
job.
Yep. You begin to work at your job. Septin, you're heading over towards the blacksmith.
Yes.
Cool. You get a good chunk of the way to Flatfish Junction before it's really starting to come down. The rain is picking up at a steady rate, and you notice as you look around that the subterranean ferries are being closed because they can't stay open for some reason because of the rain, likely. But it's not that hard to make it to Flatfish Junction, and you do make it over to Steelhand Evelyn's forge, which doesn't seem to be super active at the moment, but the lights are on inside.
All right. Wait. So this is a business, right? I can just walk in. I don't need to knock.
The business tends to be outside. The inside, you're not sure.
If I don't see anybody, then I'll knock on the door.
You knock, and the door opens, and you see not Evelyn but her daughter look out and says, "Oh yeah, it's you from the other day. What do you want?"
You guys open? I have a question about a purchase I might be interested in making.
"Mom, are we open?" And you hear a grumbling voice from deeper in the house that says, "We're open unless it says closed. You know that." And Steel Arm Evelyn, with her steel arm, makes her way out. It says, "Yeah, what can I do you for?"
Hey, Miss Evelyn. I remember the other day I was in here, and you made a comment to one of my friends about like if they needed something specialty or they had an idea they could maybe.
Yeah, the halfling girl's got me working on something interesting.
Right. I was curious if I sort of like pitched an idea, if you could tell me like if anything like this exists,
Sure.
or if you could make it. I'm used to like light weapons that a man would use with more speed and less strength. Perhaps a finessed weapon would be a good way to put it.
Dealt with them before, rapiers, daggers.
Right.
Like.
Is there anything like that I could use to inflict bludgeoning damage? Does such a weapon exist?
I mean, as far as the standard array of weapons you'd expect to find, no. But I could throw something together that would work like that. Perhaps a cane of sorts.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. Could work as a concealed weapon as well. What we could also do is, I see you've got a whip.
Oh, yeah.
I could throw something together, a whip with metal instrument on the end, probably. If I weight it correctly and you get used to it, you could consider that finesse. Or
I hadn't thought about that.
I could
Although
put
the cane sounds pretty good.
Or I could put the maul head on a fishing pole, and you can do whatever you want with that. So
I'm interested in the cane idea.
all right, cane. Yeah, I could put together something sort of a metal tipped cane situation. You've seen cane swords before, I'm sure. It'd be the same idea, except the cane doesn't come off. It's the weapon.
Right. I mean, it seems like it would be a fairly simple weapon.
Oh yeah.
So it wouldn't be too hard for me to get my head around.
No, you could probably learn how to use it. Might be an adjustment, unless you want me to. Because normally canes have the handle; they go sort of out and back, right? If you wanted me to, I could put a different sort of handle on it, so it's not as unwieldy.
Honestly, at the moment, I'm just sort of spitballing to see if the concept is even possible.
No, it's definitely an idea I could work with. It might take a minute. I need to get the right sort of wood.
By all means, take some time. I need to acquire the funds.
Yeah,
to-
that's a good point.
Speaking of funds, how much would something like this probably
You
work
know,
out?
I'll have to check with my supplier. I'm hoping to get. There's a particular kind of wood that I think would work pretty well for this. I'm hoping to grab that. So, you're down at Hagen Estate?
Yeah.
I can send an idea of cost that way for you as well as for your halfling friend, sometime next week.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out.
What-
Septin Xanthus.
Septin Xanthus. All right, good. And your friend's name was
Una.
last name?
Una. Shit.
I just told
Her
it
last
to
name
you.
was shit.
No.
It's the name of our
just-
theater company.
We just had this conversation.
I mean, I can send it to just Una if that's what you want, but
Just Una. Just Una.
all right, send it to Una. Though I recommend
I'm
you
gonna be like
learn.
Madonna, bitches.
I'd recommend you learn the names of your friends.
It's only been a week.
Yeah, 1 week. Maybe by next week, you know. Speaking of next week, whenabouts do you think you would want this thing done?
Shit, when's the Blastball game?
A week from today.
I mean, honestly, I'm not in a rush. I don't think it's possible to get it and practice with it in time for what I'm thinking.
All right.
But, whenever possible.
All right. I'll send that in the note as well.
Yeah, send me the idea, and then I'll
Sure.
see if I have the funds by then.
I'll write you something up, send you a price tag, send you a release date. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. Stay out of the rain. Do you need to... Yeah, actually, don't you have class today? Why are you here?
Oh no, class is done. I got work in probably like half an hour. I should hurry.
Oh,
Over.
all right. Good luck.
I work at the Emerald Rock.
Oh, it's a good spot. Greg's spot, right?
Yeah, Greg with the G.
Yeah. Might see you there later, actually. I got a standing gambling match to deal with, but they might chicken out from the raid.
Of course. Well then, I will see you around.
All right. Best
And
of luck.
wait, is your daughter still in the room?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, and pleasure as always.
She flips you the bird,
Of course she does.
which earns her a swift hit over the head with a metal arm, but that's as the door is closing. All right. And then you head over to work. Yeah. Meanwhile, back at school, is there anything the three of you are up to at the moment?
I'm probably just gonna be studying for the rest of the day.
Cool.
I don't know. I'm out and about.
All
I'm
right.
seeing the scenes. I'm going for a swim.
All right.
Doing some bird watching. I'm out and about on the campus grounds.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm foraging, I'm gardening. Sometimes I like to just lie down and photosynthesize. You know
I
what
mean, it is raining a little bit, I will say, but
Ooh, I love it.
cool.
Maybe just roll around in the mud for a bit.
Sounds good. Well, Tether, as you are in fact rolling around in the mud, you'll notice somebody approaching you. They're scurrying through the rain, a small red-headed figure. All right, they get up to you. They get up to you, and you notice that it is Ellie, the large glasses wearing student who you sometimes interact with in the library. She makes her way over to you and says,
Hi, Tether. Tether, it's me, Ellie.
Hi.
Hi. What are you up to?
Well, I was going to do something, and then I saw, like, this patch of mud, and I liked how it felt on my feet, and so I lied down, and I rolled about in it some for a bit, and now I think I'm gonna try to bury myself.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Do you do that often?
Sometimes.
Oh, all right. Is there like a purpose to it, or just for fun?
Well, it's fun now. Back in the day, I used to be buried alive against my will, and I wouldn't know when I'd be dug back up.
Oh,
but
wow.
now I can do it for as long as I want, and you can just like feel the earth.
Oh, very very interesting. Who used to sort of bury you?
You know, people.
Yeah, no, totally. Interesting. Well, I was just coming around to see if you'd want to help me out with an experiment.
Like the experiment of I don't know what an experiment is.
Oh, well, yeah, an experiment is sort of a test you can run to determine a hypothesis, whether or not it's true. I recently read an experiment back at where I used to go to college, we had a unicorn, so I ran an experiment on the unicorn to see if different types of fluids would change the color of the unicorn's hair. Turns out no. It stays the same no matter what.
Did you ask the unicorn if they liked pears?
I didn't. I didn't get around to that, actually.
Because I saw a unicorn once, and they didn't like pears, and I was curious if all unicorns don't like pears, or if it's like a personal thing. Because I don't like some things that other people like.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting actually. But the experiment I was hoping to run was about food, you and food, and what food you eat and don't eat.
Well, today I ate a raspberry. I ate some acorns.
Oh, okay.
I had some of the eel. They still have the eel. I don't think a lot of people are eating it anymore because I think they think it's gone bad, but I still like the taste of it.
Oh.
And sometimes I can eat lichen off a rock if I'm desperate. And then sometimes I like to eat bugs, my bug friends, but they know where we stand.
Oh, interesting.
And I eat can you eat water? No, that's drinking.
I think that's called drinking.
I had an apple. I had
So what I was more thinking is maybe you and me go to the dining hall together, and then you try eating different things, and we can see whether or not you're able to. So if like we go eat and I'll eat too, maybe.
I just ate.
Oh yeah, okay. No, that's all right. Well, I'm around, so let me know if you ever want to do an experiment. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the forest foraging for my gang. And, I don't know the rules of, like, when you're foraging, all of it has to go for the group. But I was just, like, taking some off the top. I hope they...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they don't mind. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, we could, if now's not a good time, just, I'm around, so let me know when you want to do an experiment together.
Okay, I might, like, bury myself in this mud for a bit.
Yeah, okay.
And then, Una said we could paint our room, and so I need to collect some paint minerals, and I need to get the forage stuff to the acorn gang, and then I need to talk to Sean D because everyone's working. They all have jobs, which I didn't think everyone had to do, but most of them did. And so me and Sean D need to figure out like what's our thing gonna be when everyone's working. I think it should either be I think he'd like being buried with me, or we could do I like to sometimes there's some bugs that have when you squeeze them juice comes out, and I like to like it makes my skin feel nice. So maybe he'd like that. So I'm just thinking of things.
Yeah. So you're gonna hang out with Shadi. Cool. Yeah. Well, I hope that all goes really good for you. If you ever do want to do an experiment or something, just let me know. I'll probably be in the library. So see you later. It's a little wet out here, so I'm gonna go inside.
It's great wet.
Yeah, I'm not as used to. Oh, actually, do you intake water differently than most species?
Well, when it rains, I get wet.
Yeah.
And when I swim, I get wet. And when I'm thirsty, I drink water.
Oh, so it's the
it,
same then. So you don't like absorb water through your hair,
What hair?
or your head, the thing on.
It's a mushroom.
Oh, your mushroom. So is that what you just call it, your mushroom?
I think that's what it is.
Okay, it looks like a mushroom, yeah, for sure. But I didn't know if you like called it or something or that or. I'm gonna go. Let me know. Okay. And sort
Okay,
of,
is there a limit how long experiments can like rest? Do they go bad?
Oh, no, but sometimes you have to like redo experiments, and then if you think you might get more information the second time. So like if you want to do more than one experiment, that'd be cool too.
Oh no, I was wondering if you could do this experiment because it took too long.
No, we could do it. We could do an experiment later. It's really. I mean, we can't start the experiment till you want to do the experiment. So, yeah.
Okay. As she's talking now, she's like, okay, that sounds cool. Have fun. You're probably doing book stuff.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
seems to be
Yeah.
your thing.
Well, I mean, yeah. Do you like books?
I think I'm gonna have to.
Oh, so you don't. So you don't currently like books. But like you're trying to like books more? It's like a New Year's resolution sort of thing.
No, I just don't get them. But I think like I'm in a new place and they're like the thing.
There are a lot of books here. Yeah, it's pretty great. Well, anyway, I'll probably get yelled at if I get too much water in the library, so I'm gonna go head out. But enjoy your bud and hang out with Shandi and Una and stuff.
I can't hang out with Una yet because she's working.
Okay, well when she gets back and whatever, enjoy that. So I'm gonna.
How long do jobs last?
I don't know. I've never had one.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Goodbye.
She scurries away. Cool. Septin! So, you make your way to the inn. As you file in, it is fairly busy in here. As Greg sees you at the door, he goes, new guy, come over this way. And he's...
Greg, what am I doing?
Yeah, so we're fairly booked for the night, so you're going to be a greeter this evening. We got a podium up at the front. You're going to stand behind it. You're going to direct people towards the bar if that's what they're looking for, the seating area if they're looking for food, or upstairs if they're looking for an inn. So that's pretty much it.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, that sounds easy enough.
Yep. Keep in mind where you're gonna. You gotta smile. You gotta be a people person in the situation. And if somebody's looking dangerous or too drunk, find a way to get them out of here, or signal me. Won't be behind the bar. I'll be making my rounds. Yeah.
All right. Do people have to like check weapons at the door or anything like that? Or
What do you take us for, a convent?
I don't know.
No.
Except says looking down at like whip on his side.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you don't have to check weapons or anything. It's plenty. We get a lot of travelers through here. They keep their weapons. We're an inn after all, so yeah,
all right.
should be fine. Though if things get a little, I also give you this job because it's the most likely to see a little trouble, if you know what I mean. So you're ready to take care of that if you gotta.
Yeah, sure. I mean, am I the only security?
Oh no.
or-
We got guards, but they're outside. So
Great.
Will
Yeah,
be.
I can call out if I need help.
perfect. Well, yeah. Throw on this apron. He throws an apron at you. And it's got a green rock emblazoned on a black apron. And that's your uniform, so get to work.
Sounds good.
Sweet. So yeah, you head over to the podium and you begin your work.
All right. As I go over, I'm gonna cast on myself enhance ability, Eagle's Splendor, advantage on all charisma checks
Hey, nice. How
for the
long-
next hour.
All right, cool. So yeah, you and because of that, you're probably doing a pretty good job with greeting. And it is, in fact, a fairly busy night. I mean, it's a Friday night and it's raining, so a lot of people are filing in. Pretty much for the most part, you're able to get them where they need to go fairly easily. You turn a dude who's just plastered away, and he doesn't seem to mind too much. But yeah, so about 40 minutes into your sweet your job, two figures come through the door. Both of them are clad in robes, cloaks with hoods. The one in front, a gray robe. The one in back, much shorter, a black robe. The taller one leads the way in, and the shorter one follows. As the tall figure approaches you, you can see that it is a man with graying black hair and an eye patch, dressed in maroon scale mail, approaching you.
Welcome to the Emerald Rock. What can I do for you?
Thanks. And he looks behind him and puts an arm on the shoulder of the shorter but not like tiny individual he's with, and you see a flash of white hair peeking out from under the hood. We're looking for a place to stay tonight.
Oh, yeah. Did Greg tell me anything about where to guide those people?
Yeah, there's rooms upstairs. They pay with you. The price is 5 gold a night.
All right, and do we have open rooms, or are we full up?
At this point, yeah, you do have 2 remaining rooms.
Yeah, we got 2 rooms left. It's 5 gold per night.
All right. And how are you in the way of discretion?
I mean, if all you're here's for is heading up to a room, no problem with that. Obviously,
not discretion for what I'm going to do. Discretion that I've been here.
I don't know. I see 100 people. I couldn't possibly remember all their faces.
That's the answer I like to hear. Thank you. Yeah, the 2 of us will be staying in one of these rooms, if that's all right.
Of course, 5 gold for the night.
Do you need a name or?
Do I? Do I need a name?
Sure.
Generally, I need a name for the room.
Put O down. And if
All right.
someone comes looking for someone that looks like me or a white-haired girl, we're not here.
Here is your key, Mr. O.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
I would like to... Can I get a read on the girl?
Sure, make an insight check.
Where's my die? There it is. 11.
11. You catch a glimpse of her face, but you get the sense that she's someone who's very hard to read. She has a very dour and sickly-looking face. She's sort of just staring ahead, completely disinterested in the world around her. Not like dazed, just like couldn't care less.
Alright, seems kind of weird.
Cool. And yeah, he leads the way. He takes off his cloak as he's going, and you can see a bastard sword strung across his back as they make their way upstairs. Cool. Yeah, as night falls at campus, is there anything anyone wants to do in particular? As the library closes down, and then the night seems to be ending.
No.
No,
Taking it-
I mean
taking
I'll
it
stay
easy.
up for my friends, but
Sure, yeah. Oh, you're staying up until they get back?
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Cool. So, Shandi, anything you want to do, or just heading back?
We're not allowed to like take books out, are we?
You can bring them with you. Yeah, you just have to check them out with the people running the library.
Yeah, I'm just like basically researching like historical assassination,
Sure.
stuff like that.
Word. Why don't you make an intelligence check just to see what you can get, or a history check to see what you can get. I'll give you advantage.
An advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. That is going to be a flaccid 20.
Flaccid 20. Yeah, no, you find all sorts of sort of monarchical assassinations that happened throughout the years. Most of which were proven, though you do find an interesting case study of a gnomish woman. She was this was in Salos, actually, years ago. There was a gnomish lord. She wasn't like the Empress of Salos, but she was in a position of power in the nobility who was killed theoretically by an adventurer who she had taken a liking to. But it was revealed later, the adventurer actually went ahead and proved his own innocence, that it was the leader of the guard of her estate that ended up doing it. But in the meantime, that adventurer traveled all the way to Skembra to escape from the guardsmen and the other government of Salos, sort of tracking him down and killing him for the murder of a lord. So there's some good information in there. For the most part, what he did to prove his innocence was bring the truth to light, though that took a good number of months. As well as, because in Salos, trial by combat is a thing, challenged the captain of the guard to trial by combat in order to buy himself time.
Cool.
Yep. All right. Yeah. They accuse you of murder. Go to the north for the rest of your life. Never seen anything like that before.
Pack up and leave.
But we move now to Una. Una, most of your shift goes pretty uneventfully. Several people come in, several people leave. It's not that big of a deal. But near evening, as you and Gilligan are getting ready to close up shop, a figure stumbles through the door. This figure, a dwarf, dressed in battered armor, covered with a fairly blood-stained cloak, with a sizable maul that has a head shaped like that of a stag beetle strapped to his back, will stumble in. You can see a couple of open wounds on his face, and you can see that there is blood, fresh blood, continuing to spread on his cloak. He walks in and wordlessly slams an object wrapped in soaked cloth onto the counter. It says, "I'd like to sell this." Gilligan, full of concern, wide-eyedly just turns to Una and says, "Why don't you go set up the machine, and I will get this clearly freezing man some stew while we deal with this."
I'm gonna telepath into is it Gilligan or Gilligan?
Gilligan, like the island.
Cool. Into Gilligan's head, which I don't think I've done before. And just be like, is everything okay? Just give me a nod.
And he sort of like turns to you and shrugs a little bit.
Okay.
You can tell he's a little nervous about this.
Alright. Gonna keep my eye on things, but get everything ready.
All right. Yeah, you head back. You start getting things ready. Gilligan returns and he's holding the cloth. Or no. Wait, sorry. You take the cloth back theoretically because you're setting up the machine. As you make your way into the back, you're standing there with the cloth and the machine. You need to put whatever's in the cloth between the tables, and you reveal what is a glowing purple gem, sort of sharply fractured into a teardrop.
I'm just gonna be very careful and not touch the gem.
Yeah, you sort of finagle it in there. And before too long, Gilligan will re-enter re-enter the room with the machine and say, he's eating soup and waiting out there for us. He doesn't seem dangerous, but he does seem fairly wounded.
Okay.
Just keep an ear open while we do this. It's probably nothing. People come in here in strange states all the time, but be ready.
All right. And sorry for doing that without warning you. I can speak to people telepathically.
Yes, no, it's actually quite a handy tool. Could be we get a lot of crazies in here, so I mean, if you need to speak, if you want to comment on them, you're more than welcome to. I was simply surprised because I had never had it happen to me before. So
yeah, sorry. I can't like read your mind or anything, so don't worry about that.
All right, good, I suppose.
Sometimes I can make it so that you can talk to me.
Oh.
If we're ever like super busy, maybe that would come in handy.
Yeah, perhaps it would. Thank you. I mean, this is a helpful tool. So great. Well, suppose we should get to identifying this thing.
Yep.
You know where the air glass is. And he gets ready, and the two of you identify the object. By the time it's done, he looks pretty uncomfortable. It's like, interesting. Not what they... Anyway, and he starts, like, lifting the table, and he goes to grab the gem, and he recoils, as though it burned him. What the... do you still have that cloth?
Yeah.
This thing hurts to touch.
Oh, man.
Why don't you wrap it up, and we'll bring it back to him. I'm afraid we can't.
I don't know how big it is.
Yeah, it's like
Cool.
You could probably hold it in the palm of your hand. Though pretty big for use in two hands.
Yeah.
We cannot buy this. It's not an item. It's alive.
It's a what?
It's alive.
She like almost drops it, but
Yes. I don't totally know. So we should. And he opens the door. Hey, excuse me, you're. Huh. And as you enter through, you can see that there is no dwarven man in sight.
Can I like hand it to him quickly and run out the door, see if...
Sure, make an investigation check.
Sorry.
You're good.
Investigation. I'm supposed to be good at that. That is 19.
You see a figure slipping around the corner.
I'm gonna run after him.
Alright, you run after him.
And once I'm in 30 feet in his head, just so I'm not stirring alarm, be like, what on earth was that?
Well, you round the corner and you
no.
see he didn't get too
no.
much farther. His crumpled form is laying in the middle of the street, being pelted with rain.
Is anyone else there?
It's no, it's
No.
The streets are fairly empty because of the full-on downpour going on right now.
I'm gonna go and run to Gilligan.
Right. Yeah.
Be like, and she like just can't get words out.
What is it? He drops the gem and he reaches behind the bar, and a giant wooden hammer he pulls out, sort of slings it over his shoulder and says, lead the way, I suppose.
I take him back, and I'm I'm gonna
This is not good for business. He puts the hammer down and flips the guy over. starts checking for signs of life.
Is there like a doctor nearby?
It doesn't matter. This man is dead. So I've never, dealt with a corpse before. I don't know what we would do. Should we call the guards? And you can see his usually pretty stoic face is starting to. He's starting to lose control a little bit here. He's very, very nervous. Do we hide the body? Do we call the guard? I mean, he was in our shop last, so I don't know.
Maybe we call a guard.
All right. Will you stay here with this thing, and I'll find one?
Yeah.
Good. And he leaving his hammer behind, sort of just rushes off into the night. The dwarven man's corpse just lying next to you.
I'm gonna search the body.
All right, make an investigation check.
We know you want to eat it.
I rolled low, but I am going to use.
I just read this ability in Tasha's today, actually.
Aha! What is it? Psi bolstered knack, which for the kids at home means if basically anything I have proficiency in, if I don't do well, I can use one of my psionic die, which will make it 16.
Nice.
Blake allowing psionics in his game?
I have no problem with psionics. There's only one class I have a problem with. And I'm also probably about to allow that class into my game. So, yeah, so as you sort of rifle through his belongings, you notice that the wounds on this man are primarily from a slashing weapon, just as looking through. The armor he is wearing is distinctly of dwarven make, but it seems fairly old. Some of these attacks shouldn't have been able to get through, but the metal was rusted and was able to make its way right through. He has on him a pendant in the shape of a stag beetle. He also has a stag beetle tattooed on his back. In addition to the sort of forked head of his maul. He has 200 gold on him. He also has 2 sort of bronzed daggers that seem like they could potentially be more than just bronze daggers. And he also has a blood-stained note written in Dwarven.
I can't read Dwarven, but... I'm gonna take the note.
Mm-hmm.
And the stag beetle pendant.
All right. As you take it, you do notice that on the back, there is something written in Dwarven, sort of carved into the back.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna wait.
All right. Yeah. And before too long, Gilligan returns with a member of the guard. He seems to have already explained the story for the most part. And the guard says, "Unfortunate, but it's what happens in Kelshar. Well, we'll get some people by to clean this up. I'm going to check out your store. Make sure that there's nothing wrong there. But feel free to send your employee home for the night." He says, "Yes, you're free to go. I would pay you for the week today, but why don't we save it for next week, yes?"
Yeah, that's fine. And then telepathically, I'll say to Gilligan, maybe get there to grab the gem before they get there.
He nods to you and says, "Yes, this way, officer." And then he starts heading out.
And I'll be back. Don't think this.
Very, very good to hear. Yes. Do not worry. It's a big city, you know how it is. He's clearly pretty shaken. He's never seen anything like this.
Okay. I'm gonna head back towards, what was it, the Emerald
The Emerald Rock.
Rock?
You're
And,
muted-
like-
you're muted, Pete.
Now who doesn't remember stuff?
Okay, well, my dad even introduced himself to you.
He did. That was so long ago, though. I mean, it was
I
a
know.
week ago, but so long ago.
Months ago.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so you head off in that direction. Septin. The rest of your shift, since that sort of strange moment, went by pretty insignificantly. But as you stand there with a couple hours left in your shift, the door will open again. Before you can say anything, a different sort of person walks in. It's a man, probably around Sean D's age. He's a half-elf with black hair that hangs low and straight and obscures a good chunk of his face. But as he moves, you can see he is wearing an eye patch over his left eye. His hood is still up. The man is soaked from the rain. His gray cloak is dripping a mixture of water and something a little bit more red onto the floor. Walk in, and without saying anything, you start scanning the room.
Good evening. Welcome to the Emerald Rock. Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm looking for someone.
Do you have a name? A name you're looking for?
No.
In that case, free to peruse the bar, look around, head to the dining area, order some food, see if anyone's there, but without a name, I can't do much for you.
Would a description suffice?
Maybe. A lot of people come through here.
My man is wounded. Has anyone with wounds passed through?
Not that I've noticed tonight.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. I mean, if somebody came in with wounds, I wouldn't be so much, hey, welcome to the Emerald Rock, how can I do you for? Be more like, hey, you need a bandage? You need a different building, like a hospital or something?
He also had something with him. Something precious.
Again, I'm sorry, sir. Can't say anyone that's ringing a bell.
And he turns and begins to leave. Though as he does, his cloak opens, and you can see that on his side he carries a serrated short sword. The door closes.
This is more like it. I feel like Septin feels more at home around like random travelers than he does like in an academic setting.
Probably true. And speaking of travelers, not too long after, Una arrives at your door.
Welcome to the Emerald Una! Wait, hang on. Greg?
Yeah?
Is there an age restriction for this establishment?
Not for the eating part.
Well,
What's
Una,
the
I would-
drinking age in D&D?
Well, it depends on country to country in this area. In Zymor,
Assume it all.
it's the equivalent of 21. It's also race to race, so.
Rats.
Yeah.
For halflings, 21.
I forget what.
It's like 110 or some
Yeah.
shit.
Damn it. Whatever. Una's not. Okay. Oh, hi. I was
Good?
wondering. Yeah, no. I'm done. Do you want me to wait for you, or shall I go back myself? She is not making eye contact with you. 'Cause
You know that you have about an hour and a half left in your shift.
I mean, I was gonna crash here, but I've got like an hour and a half left. If you want to wait, I'll head back with you.
Yeah. I could actually eat something. That would be awesome. She
Yeah.
just.
Una, are you good? Is everything okay?
I will tell you later.
Right. I'm working. Haha, I need to be professional.
Of
and whatnot.
course.
But like, you okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, fill me in later. You seem shaken a little.
Nah.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm sure if you go into the theater.
Fine.
If you go into the dining area and eat something, Craig's not gonna have a problem if you hang around for an hour or two.
Yeah.
Most people do.
Totally.
All right, yeah. As soon as I'm done my shift, we can head back. No. Okay. Septin does it, but is now deeply concerned.
Una runs to a table.
Septin went from like, oh, maybe she just stressed from the first day at work to like, oh god, Una is possessed.
Cool. Yeah, you go, you sit down, there's an empty table. You can order whatever food you want. The server today is an Earth Genasi man, who's quite blunt with these. He's not looking for tips, it doesn't seem.
Cool.
But yeah, you get whatever you want. It's a maximum of like 10 copper. They don't serve too much high quality food at this place. So, yeah. And before the end of your shift, Septin, a woman comes in and buys the final room free for the night. Though you know that there are employee rooms as well. So, also before the end of your shift. Greg sort of walks over to you and says, hey, so our bartender had a bit too much of his own supply, so he's out of commission. But I already sent most of the folks home. Do you mind if you could stay on a couple hours later tonight till we close down the bar section? Pay extra. And also, I mean, employee rooms on the house.
If I have a friend with me, can they crash in an employee room?
Well, there's going to be 3 people staying, 3 rooms, but she could share the room with you. It'd be no problem.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, have we camped out in the woods at some? No, we haven't done. Whatever.
Yeah, that's more than fine. Which one is she? So I know to not kick her out when it's closing.
Let me run and talk to her. The
right.
halfling over there. Give me 1 second.
I'll man the station. And
Thanks,
he,
Greg.
Squeezes in behind the podium.
Septin runs over and he's like, all right, Una.
Yes.
Bad news is I might have to pick up another shift and be here pretty late. Good news is I have a place where we can crash for the night. Bad news is we have to share the room. I'll sleep on the floor. Can have the bed.
Oh, thanks.
All right, cool. If you're cool with that, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
He takes a step away, turns back and looks at Una. Keeps walking.
Sure. Yeah. For the end of your shift, your podium duty is over. You are a server now because the other ones have gone. The normal server, the previous one, the Genasi, is now tending the bar.
I thought, he's the bartender. I'm a server. Okay.
Yeah, he is now the bartender. You're serving. So he's taken over the position of bartender. You've taken over the position
I
of
thought
server.
I was going to be a bartender.
No. And there is there's another woman. She is a halfling woman who is also serving, but she's got the different tables from you. And the rest of the night goes by pretty uneventfully. And as you close down the night, kick out the last of the drunks. It's pretty late at this point. Greg says, all right, you know the drill. Well, I suppose you don't, Septin. Now, if you work closing, feel free to help yourself to leftovers from the kitchen. I'm locking the place up, but it'll lock behind you when you leave. So,
Oh, dope. Leftovers.
your friend's welcome to join as well. He says, but I gotta get home to the missus. So,
All right.
see you
and I
next
don't
shift,
need-
Septin. Great job.
When is the next shift?
Well, I'll contact your school. We'll set up a schedule. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks, Greg, with the 4 Gs.
Thanks, Septin, with the 1S.
That's how he introduced
I know.
himself.
And that's how he responds. And he heads out. So the Genasi and the other halfling both walk into the kitchen. They pour themselves a small drink and they set up at a table. Not too far away from where Una's sitting, but not at the same table. And they start just sort of chatting.
All right, Septin's gonna get some leftover food and head over to
Cool.
Una. Okay, Una. What the hell happened? All right, let me rephrase that. How was work, Una?
Good. First part was awesome. Very cool. They've got a Magitech device, which is really cool. Helps you like identify things. And I think we should really take Turn's cat ears there. Oh, but then funny thing about the Magitech thing. So this man came in and was like, identify this, and it's she just gets a little bit quieter, making sure the others can't hear, just in case.
Yeah, at this point, the halfling is sort of flirt yelling at the Genasi, who doesn't seem to be having any of it.
Do you
Perfect.
want to just like?
Right, I can do that. Right. So in your head,
Although it does now look like a table with 2 people just staring at each other
and Una's face just being like,
as Septin stuffs his face with whatever was in the kitchen.
Yeah, so she just retells for the sake of time, she retells the events. Doesn't leave anything out. So.
Cool. Yeah.
We should head upstairs.
Cool.
That's all Septin says.
The employee rooms are technically on the first level, but I assume
Okay,
that's
well,
what we have. Yeah.
To our rooms.
Yeah. Room.
To our room.
Cool. Yeah, and you do. It's
Okay.
It's not the
What-
nicest room.
Tether,
You've seen the
tether.
rooms here.
Once-
But there is only one bed.
It's always Septin.
It fills up. It is. It does fill up most of the room. Because these are employers. There's no accoutrement. There's no dresser. There's no tables. There's no chairs. It's just pretty much a bed in a room.
Septin
There's
already
a
said
picture
he
of
would sleep on-
sunflowers over the bed, though, so that's nice.
Lovely.
Get to planting.
Stop.
Tether!
The way the room is set
She's
up,
not saying it.
when you sleep on the ground, you will sort of be squished between the bed and the ground, but there is enough room for you to do it.
Alright. Septin's thin. He can pull it off.
Yeah.
You want me to take it because I'm smaller?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to bed. I wanted to respond to the story.
Right.
A dude came in tonight to the Emerald Rock and said he was looking for someone who was wounded and had something valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Eye patch half elf with a crazy looking sword. Wait, if it was in a scabbard, how did I know it was serrated?
It wasn't in a scabbard. It was just on its belt.
Just hanging out.
He just hangs out there. Okay.
Yeah, so that might have been related to your thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Have you ever heard about stones that have life in them? Skyrim plays in the background.
Have I?
You can make a check. What sort of check do you think would work for that?
Whatever it is, I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
So, like,
And no, you haven't.
no.
Or at least you can't remember it.
No. I mean,
Oh wait, can you read Dwarvish? Dwarven?
No. I speak Common and Elvish. And that's it.
One of us has got to.
I mean, somebody at the college has to, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but again, we just got to be careful.
At worst case, like Alitha, or we could just find a book. So isn't that what books do? They got words and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never translated anything before, but like from a book, obviously, but
Shandi's pretty smart.
Okay. True.
Shandi might be able to pull it off.
Yeah. Also, this is very beside the point, but I kind of wish I took those daggers.
What daggers?
Oh, he had these bronze daggers. They were cool.
That's a weird thing to make daggers out of.
Is it?
I don't know. I mean, I've heard of like silver for certain purposes. I don't know what bronze would be for. You could ask the
Yes.
I'm bad with names. The forged
I
woman
know.
with the hand.
Oh wait, I don't know that you're bad at my name.
You will. You get a letter addressed to Una, no last name.
It's gonna be a thing.
I almost said Una Thurman. I'm pretty sure that one's not correct. Honestly, chances are if the guy who talked to you died and the guy who talked to me didn't really help him and he just left, I think we're good. But
but either the guy who died clearly took something important.
my point is, I don't think it'll affect us, and I think we can call it a day. I'm still kind of sore from Blastball.
Yeah.
I didn't regen all my health.
I mostly just want to know if it's something that Gilligan should just get rid of. Because I'm worried about him having it if it's something someone's worth killing for.
That I don't know about. Like, I don't...
Because it's either, the dwarf was bad, and the, what was he, a half-elf?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, okay. And your guy is good, and he just needs it back. But just from your description, his vibe seems a little freaky. Yeah. I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good
Promise.
idea. Good night, Una.
Good night.
And you head to sleep. Around what time are you planning on waking up the next day? Early or not? I think it's Saturday.
I guess 4 hours before Una.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you only trance. Cool. What are you gonna do when your trance ends?
I don't know.
Stand over her and T-pose until she wakes up.
That is what would be done in boys' room, but we're not in boys' room right now.
Does that happen every morning in boys' room?
No, Septin wakes up the other two because he's always on the porch practicing his fucking pan flute.
That's fair, actually.
I don't know. I'll head out.
What was the blacksmith's name? I didn't write it down.
Evelyn.
I have Nola, but she's
Evelyn.
the daughter.
Steel Arm Evelyn.
I'm Evelyn. Septin will head out.
It's right here.
If I just step out into the green rock? I mean, I assume it's like 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's incredibly early.
4 or 5. I mean, is there anything to be cleaned up? Is there anything?
Well, there are two people sitting there. It's the first eye patch wearing man who came down and the woman he was with. They're sitting at one of the tables talking in low voices. When you come in, the man turns his head and sees you. Just looks at you.
Gonna nod and head into the kitchen.
All right.
get a broom and start sweeping. Even if the floor's clean, I gotta look like I'm doing something.
Yeah. When you come back out, they are making moves as though they are going to leave. And the woman says to you, "Thanks for the place to stay. My dad appreciates your discretion." And Mr. O says, "Okay, well, I appreciate it. We're going to be heading out tonight. You look suspicious."
Strange way she said dad there.
Yeah, I told her to tell people that I was her dad, but she doesn't do a great job of it. I'm escorting her to an old friend in Nildor. Nothing to worry about here.
Septon's just gonna turn to the girl. Be like, "And you're going willingly with him?"
Yeah, apparently I can learn some magic over there, so that's where I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as that's all fine.
As a realization dawns on the several members of
Oh,
the
yeah,
cast.
no, I know what's
Yeah.
happening, but
Yeah.
Septon doesn't. Septon just wanted to make sure this person was being taken against their will. They're like, "This is
Yeah,
my
it was a good
dad."
move. You know, I appreciate.
Break the cannon, Peter.
Yeah, break the cannon.
Break the cannon.
And I appreciate the concern. He is a little creepy. The guy was. I mean, come on, Henrietta, let's go.
Hey, Mr. O.
Yeah.
Another fella. Wait. Mr. O has an eye patch, correct?
Yes. Across his left
And
eye.
the other fella who came in also had an eye patch?
Yes, he did.
And a hood?
Yeah.
And a robe and such?
Mm-hmm. A strikingly similar robe to the one that O is wearing.
Mr. O, another fella dressed like you came in last night.
When you say dressed like me...
Dressed like you.
Ah.
He had the eye patch, he had the robe, crazy looking sword.
Well, I wasn't aware one of my brothers was here. Not literal brothers.
Said he was looking for somebody wounded with something valuable.
Any other descriptions you could muster?
No, not really.
Alright, well...
For a minute I thought he meant you, but you didn't seem wounded. And I didn't see you with anything valuable. Although I kind of thought he meant the girl, which is why I was a little concerned.
I mean, depending on who you ask. But, no. What I can tell you is that was a cryptal. Probably pretty dangerous. But if you're not haunted or have any secret treasure here, then you should be fine.
I'm gonna roll history to see if Septon knows what a cryptal is.
Makes sense, yeah.
Oh, that's a 19.
19,
there's
yeah.
stories about cryptals. Septon's probably heard them.
Yeah, cryptals. And for the audience that doesn't know what cryptals are, because they haven't watched the Fatebreakers or gotten that far yet, cryptals are basically...
And for the Fatebreakers who might have forgotten.
Cryptals essentially are ghost-killing bounty hunters who are sworn in and magically altered to do their job better than most people do. There's sort of a religious air to their fellowship. Nobody's really sure where they're from, though what people do know is that they have seriously fucked up eyes. One of their eyes is always busted, and 1,000 or so years ago, they were all brainwashed into destroying a good chunk of the civilization on this continent. So they're not the most trusted. But yeah, that's a cryptal. And Septon, a lot of stories about cryptals. Most of them pretty negative, but believe what you want to believe about them. Though this man is wearing an eye patch, and there do seem to be sort of like glowing burn marks around it. So don't know what you know about our order, but
I've heard stories. It's part of being a bard.
Oh, nice. Well, it's dangerous, man, I'm sure, but unless you're his target, you're probably fine.
He asked about valuables. This is a bar.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the people driven to my cause come from less than good places before they become cripples, so wouldn't be surprised he was using his power to just pursue petty means, but he might also be on a hunt. Who's to say?
Hey, we all do crazy stuff when we're in bad places.
I suppose so. Either way, it's time for us to leave. Stay safe out there, and thanks for your discretion.
No problem.
And he puts his arm around Henrietta and leads her out of the place. She sort of waves nonchalantly as she goes.
I'll wave back. God, imagine if I had just fucking destroyed the timelines.
You coulda!
Never said a D&D game before another D&D game.
I already did. Too late.
Oof.
So, yeah. Don't worry.
The goal of this campaign is now stop Finn from being born.
Finn, okay, this is set a year before the other campaign, so you're gonna have to go back in time to do that. I can actually tell you a very specific date because 2 years. 2 years before.
It's too soon. It's
this
too
is
late
set.
to
This
stop
is set.
Previous from dropping out of college.
This is set a year after Salad Bowlers, and a year before, or 2 years before Fate Breakers. So you know for the timeline.
Ooh. Finn's still fucking up, Worthink.
Yeah. Nate still has a job.
Oh.
Actually, no, wait. Nate doesn't have a job. The Vampire Civil War already started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nate still doesn't have a job.
But he feels worse about it.
Yeah. He's just sort of wandering right now, doing whatever Nate did. Anyway.
And Elril is perfectly happy because nothing
I
bad
think-
has happened to him yet.
I think the bad thing
Has
happened about a
anything-
year before he met you guys.
Oh.
But that's up to Phoenix. I don't actually remember.
I wrote it down. I'd have to go look at my character sheet. The timeline.
And Karasu has a master still. Yikes.
Yeah. Karasu's just vibing.
Karasu's actually doing pretty well.
Operation Kill Karasu.
Become
What
Vath.
if we do that?
The
That would
first
completely
assignment.
break Karasu's backstory.
The first assignment of the Bright Futures Initiative.
Kill Karasu's master, become Vath. It'll be fun. Regardless, he leaves, and a couple hours later, Greg shows up. Says, you're cleaning?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my friend to wake up. I figured I might as well do something to pass the time.
Sure. Well, good on you. I knew I picked a good one. You're cleaning on your off hours, so,
What Septin really means is I needed a way to look nonchalant.
But yeah, well, usually I pay on Fridays, but since you started today, we'll wait for your paycheck till next week. How's that sound?
No problem.
All right. Keep up the good work. I'm going to start opening things up.
Need any help? My friend is still not awake.
Yeah, sure.
Am I awake yet?
This is still pretty early. This is probably like 6 a.m., so unless you're up at 6 a.m.
No.
Yeah.
I assume we didn't go to bed till midnight or 1
Yeah.
at the bar.
Definitely.
It closes around 1, yeah. And you got up and had that introduction around 5. Greg comes in at 6, and then eventually, Una, you do wake up. What time do you think?
Oh, when did we get to bed?
1.
Okay.
Well, the bar closed at 1, so a little after 1, really.
Yeah, I'm probably 8 or 9.
Cool. Yeah, so more or less you've been put to work as a server this morning and been told that you'll be paid for the shift, but you're free to leave whenever you need because they're overstaffed now. So yeah, you come out and you see Septin in his apron delivering a plate of steamed cottage to a rather angry-looking old woman.
There you are, ma'am. Sorry about the wait.
Service here is always terrible.
Una, that's my key to leave. Ready to go?
Yeah, I want to check on the store first.
All right, sure. Hey, Greg, I gotta go.
Thanks for the extra work. See you next shift.
No problem.
As you go towards Gilligan's house, hey Tether, what was your night like by any chance?
She's just sitting on the couch, fully covered in mud.
Oh no! It happened.
Let's say around the middle of the night, I want you to make a check to see if you can stave off sleep. We'll call it Constitution, yeah.
That's cocked.
Oh, baby girl.
16?
Yeah, you're still awake for sure. It's getting rough. You're
no.
you're definitely taking a level of exhaustion, but
What have I done? What have we done?
I was planning to crash, and I was like, "Oh no, Tyler's gonna be up all night." And then you came, and I was like, "Oh good, Una will get me home." And then Greg was like, "I need more work."
Honestly, probably at this point, Shandi and Turn, you've woken up and you see Tether just sitting covered in mud, like bleary-eyed on the couch. Honestly, well, Shandi's up. Turn, it's a weekend. I don't know if you get up by 8 or 9 on a weekend. I don't know what your deal is.
Turn is up with the morning birds every morning.
All right, good. So yeah, you guys, if you decide to come down, do see Tether in her state.
Tether, are you awake?
Yeah, I am.
You look like you haven't slept a wink.
No, I said I'd stay up for our friends, so I'm gonna stay up, and I'm gonna see them walk through this door any second.
Oh. Well, don't they have like... Well, I know Septin had a bartending job. Those go pretty late, don't they?
I don't know.
Right. Well, it's just before I started going to school a week ago, I used to visit a lot of taverns, and I used to see a lot of people, and people are there all the time, morning, night, all day long, all night long. So Septin might be working all weekend long.
But Una would come back.
Right. It is right.
The rain, by the way, the rain at this point has stopped, but it was pounding most of the night.
You should check out the mud. It's very minerally.
It looks like some good mud. Where is Una?
It's gonna be through that door.
Well, I'm gonna step outside.
Why?
I don't know. Do you think we should go check on them? I mean,
Yeah,
just
no,
went to work. It's not a big deal.
Through that door.
Right. Tether, maybe you should get some sleep.
I'm fine, Shandi.
Shandi knows, but I don't know.
It's all good. Enjoy.
Alright.
Wait, what time is it?
It's morning. It's like 6 a.m.
Any second.
Alright, well, I'll get breakfast, and if they're not back after I get breakfast, I'll think about it again.
Okay.
Do you want anything?
You should try the eel. It's going slightly wrong, so it has a good, sour note.
I've had a lot of eel recently. No, I think, we'll see. Alright, you, get some rest, Tether.
Any second.
Burning the candle at both ends.
But you can't because the candle has its butt on the it's like
You are absolutely right. You can't.
Cool. Septin, what are you up to? Sorry, Shandi, what are you up to? When do you get up?
Shadi's not. I would say is probably up by now as well, but he has not left the room yet.
Okay.
Polishing his swords.
That's not at night.
Nighttime is sword time.
I mean, hey, when nobody else is in
I
the
would
room,
say-
you gotta polish your sword.
Yeah, just take it when you can.
Depending on how aware of him Tether and Turn were last night, when he got back, he was a little bit more reserved even for him. He sort of just sat on his bed, did his sword polishing, and then buried his nose in a book until he fell asleep. And he hasn't come back yet this morning.
Yeah, why don't Tether and Turn make an insight check real quick?
All right.
Is this an insight check from last night?
Yes, an insight check from last night. So,
Cool.
Not a disadvantage.
I rolled a 12.
Insight. I rolled a 19.
19. Yeah, Tether, you definitely did notice something was up with Shandi last night. Turn? No.
What about my roll to notice Bulgy Wolgy?
You could. Do you want to make a roll to notice Bulgy Wolgy?
No!
Do you want to do that?
I rolled a 30th. Ooh.
You rolled a 33? You gotta get a pretty good sense for that Bulgy Wolgy.
They do share a room.
Have fun polishing your swords. So I slip out the room and.
This is a
I go
mistake.
eat
This is a
breakfast.
mistake of an item to give you. Yeah, go eat breakfast. What are you are you doing anything this morning though, Shandi?
For now, still just reading, as well as writing something in a
Nerd.
Word. All right. So back in town, the two of you make your way over to G&G's general magic item store, and it opens at 8. So you walk in and you see Gilligan standing there behind the desk. He goes, hello. Welcome back, Una and friend.
Oh, thank goodness.
Can I help you with anything?
What did you do with the thing we...
I hid it behind one of the shelves.
Okay. Maybe... Oh, this is Septin, by the way.
Good to meet you again, Septin.
Yeah, I think we met.
I did not.
Alright.
I did not get your name. I don't believe the first time, so it is good to know it.
You're just gonna keep it hidden?
Yes, until my parents return. I was going to talk it over with them, but if you have a better plan, that's fine by me.
I do not. I don't have a better plan, but I just think it's best. Because somebody seems to have been willing to kill for it, and that would be a shame.
I mean, I doubt anyone will come here to look for it. I mean, if the famous magic item store in this town is the Favelar Emporium, so they check there before they checked here.
Yeah. Just got a really bad feeling about it. When are your parents supposed to be coming back?
A week from today, Saturday next.
Okay.
I could go bury it somewhere if that would be better. I've never experienced a thing like this before, so.
Septin,
Yes.
doesn't our friend Kerfley have a whole...
Gilligan begins to look a little concerned.
We do have a place we could hide it. Listen.
Right.
Although maybe...
Gilligan, I feel we should be clear with you. We think somebody's looking for it.
Yes, your line of questioning made that clear, which is a
Yeah,
little worrying for me.
I ran into somebody last night in town who said they were looking for something valuable from a man who was wounded. then Una told me the story, and I was like, that sounds like the guy. And the guy looking for it was, Cryptol. If you're familiar with those guys.
I'm afraid I've heard the name, but we do not have those in Skembra, so I don't know much of them.
It's not usually good business.
I mean, if he went so far as to do what he did to that poor man last night, then yes.
Honestly, if he shows up, save yourself, man. Just give it to him, is what I would say.
All right. I mean, I have no particular attachment to this thing, but I suppose I should share with you, Una, and with you, Septin, what I learned about the thing. What I was told by the machine. It at first I thought it was haywire, but apparently this thing, this gem, is part of a living creature. It's still alive, but it is not whole. That's the most I could get out of it, as it's not a magic item, so... It also hurts quite a bit to touch. Feels as though it pulls... a pulling pain when you touch it.
Gilligan.
Yes?
Do you know Dwarvish? Dwarven. One is...
My father knows Dwarven, and I know a few phrases, but only from what I've picked up from the parties my father had on the way here.
Okay.
But I could help if needed.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand over the pendant and the note. The bloody note.
Yes, this says Drinks Marathon 23. So.
Does it really say that?
Yeah, Drinks Marathon, and then the little apostrophe that you would put, and then 23.
Okay. On the pendant or the note?
On the pendant.
Okay. Alright, okay. So
Seems to have been etched in here, so I don't know what that is. And the note, yeesh, it's a little blurred. I don't know about this. I can pick out a few words here and there. Celebration, a couple of times, and it's a dwarven phrase. It does not quite translate well, but it is the word for a place in which one goes to party for extended periods of time, with a sort of a not leaving, being trapped within connotation to it. Often used in conjunction with demon worship. Or perhaps devil worship. I'm never clear on the differences between those, but they're fiends nonetheless.
Okay.
Sort of a place of great debauchery, oftentimes in the name of a fiend. Though with the blood and the water and the state of that man, this might not be about the partying, but the words I can make out, the ones that I know, are.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that helps in any way.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Okay, thank you.
Yes, no problem. It is nothing.
Yeah, like Septin said, just if he comes a knocking, just yeet it at him. No, she doesn't say that.
Alright, well,
just, yeah, save yourself.
I will have no attachment to this. Though if you find anything out, I would be curious to know.
about
Yeah.
the fate of that poor man. Anyway, good first day despite the death.
Thank you.
Enjoy your
Good
weekend.
first day despite the death. You too.
All right. Then he goes back to his job. It's a couple people entered while you're having this conversation. They're perusing, so he's going over to help them out.
Cool. Let's go.
All right.
All right, you make your way back to the Hagen estate, and you get there probably around 11. What do you want to do when you get back?
I'm gonna see what the gang's up to.
So you head home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tether through that door at 11 a.m. the following day.
So about like 5 hours after my thing with
Yep.
the... Cool.
You can make another exhaustion check if you'd like, but you don't have to.
Okay. Shadi, I told you. Any sec...
Morning, Ted.
Morning, guys.
Is Tether?
Oh. Morning. I was just about to head out and look for you.
Oh.
No,
Any second.
I guess the plan, yeah.
Sorry, they let me crash at my place, and honestly, it was so late that Una just crashed with me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't want to walk home alone.
Right. Busy first day of work.
You could say that.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember my working days. It was a lot of work.
Hi, guys.
Don't you have a job?
Right now, I'm a guard on Monday. Remember?
Oh, okay.
We had that in-depth conversation.
Hey,
I work
I'm just messing with you. We did.
mud.
Blake, did any guards come through the Emerald Rock?
Yeah, a couple guards.
Were they on duty or were they off duty?
Off duty, yeah.
Damn. I was wondering if any on-duty guards rolled up.
Nah, not
Nice.
yet.
Hey.
Tether was waiting for you a long time, but she'll be fine. She just needs to realize you were here, and then she'll go to sleep.
It's
I'm
just
so
a couple of minutes.
I'm so sorry, Tether.
Tether,
Right
we're
here, in front of you.
I said hi.
Say hi to Tether, please.
Hi, Tether.
Hello, Tether.
Did something happen last night?
No, she was just waiting for you.
Oh.
Mud is soft today.
She just dried mud caked onto her. Every time she moves, some of it like dusts off.
The couch is ruined.
Oh, for sure.
It'll be a good couch for the birds now.
Corn gang. Dibs.
We'll talk about this tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It's 11 a.m.
Not talking to Tether today. Anyway,
All right.
I was about to go out, and well, now that you're here, I don't have to go find you. Now I can go out and do some exercising, some calisthenics.
I was gonna say we could practice some Blastball, but
Practice some Blastball.
Tether might not be
I'll
Might
blast
not-
any ball.
up to join the game.
Yeah, Tether, maybe you should just go to sleep.
You sleep at night.
If
That is true. You sleep at night.
so precious. Maybe you could sit out practice though and just watch like you wanted to do yesterday. Because I don't think we really need 5 people to just practice if we're just like working on hitting technique and stuff, right?
I mean, no, I guess not.
You can grab one of the guards. I don't know.
Johnson's probably about if you needed him.
I was gonna say we could try to. I had some ideas for like some other stuff we could try, but I don't think Tether's up to like spell casting today.
What are you talking about?
Oh no, no,
Okay,
Tether, it's
one
okay. It's
second.
okay.
Roll a d-
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Vines.
Vines.
What does that mean?
Oh, entangle.
Oh. Yeah, vines sprout out of the ground, pretty much filling the entire room. Like, wrap you guys up.
Anyone want to take a strength saving throw?
No, just lay back, relax.
I failed it.
Shandy's still upstairs, I figure, so he's not subjected to this.
Oh, wait.
You're muted. Winfield, you're muted.
Yeah.
Unless they, like, come up through the floor.
I am?
No. Winfield was, sorry. You're
Oh.
Yeah, you hear a commotion from downstairs.
You see like one leaf come under the door.
Yeah. Well, regardless, in this tired state,
See?
is where we'll end this here session of Dungeon Party. And picking up at the start of next week's session, we're going to do that time skip thing and make our way into next week. Unless there's stuff that you guys want to get taken care of before we do that, but we'll do that at the beginning of the session either way. Cool.
Persona.
Yeah, we're going to do our Persona style time skip where you guys can get fucking busted as far as stats are concerned. So